Australian Paving Centre has been established since 1986, but we're more than just paving. We're retaining walls, concrete sleepers, garden walls, stone cladding, and natural stone is certainly a big part of our business. We've got good quality staff that give good quality customer service. If you go to www.australianpaving.com and then to find a store, you can find all of our 15 stores at that website.
Hi, it's John here from Littlehampton Landscape and Firewood. We have all your landscaping supplies. We have our premium firewood from our red gums to our blue gum to our mallee root. Come down and see us. We're just behind Littlehampton Clay Bricks and Pavers.
Hi, I'm Jared Tate and I'm from AHLG. AHLG is all about making life better, one outdoor space at a time. From landscape design to high-end landscape construction and all your lawn and garden maintenance needs. We're based in the Adelaide Hills and we've got you covered.
We've created pure magnesium blends designed to be part of a daily ritual that supports your body the way nature intended. We wanted to create something simple, natural and effective that's not just about a product, it's about helping you feel your best every day naturally.
I've designed this Recover blend for athletes who can recover anytime, anywhere. Magnesium is one of the most important minerals for your recovery. Check out the blends at refuelwellness.com.au.
It's time for Explorer Caravans autumn stock clearance at 583 Grand Junction Road. Explorer Caravans is clearing all stock. Save big dollars on leading Aussie brands like Franklin, Viscount and Titanium, with vans ready to go. Talk to our experts for all the info and tips. Then get a great deal on a new caravan ready to hit the road and chase the sun. Explorer Caravans autumn stock clearance, corner of Grand Junction and Prospect Roads.
Mark Stokes here from Painted Wine Barrels and Signs. Find me on Facebook and Instagram for all your wine barrels.
I'm Trent Shawland, Principal of Harcourt's Adelaide Hills. So I've been running the business now for 25 years. We obviously specialise in residential sales and rural sales, property management, and we do some commercial work as well. It's a family owned and family run business. Both my children, Harry and Georgia, and my wife Kim are in the business as well. Long-standing business that we're very, very proud of. For Kim and I, it's been all about what we can put back into the community as well. So the sport and local events have been something we've really focused heavily on to make sure that we are putting back into our local Adelaide Hills community. We've got two offices, one's in Mount Barker, 58 Gawler Street, and the second one here at Stirling is 8 to 12 Mount Barker Road, Stirling.
So tune in and buckle up, now it's time to back your side.
Mount Barker Ford is located just Totnes here on Mount Barker Road. We're owned by a gentleman by the name of Peter Thomas, who his veins are rich with football and rich with community, and he's always been based around the idea that everything you do in business should be based around how you can support the community. At the end of the day, I don't expect people to always come and see us, but ultimately we're a business who thrive in supporting the community, and from our perspective we look forward to the community supporting us. And it doesn't matter whether it be the Call of the Wild, the HFL, we're involved in a lot of other community events throughout the hills, and that's why I like being involved with sport, because I think that brings everyone together at different times and different requirements.
That time of week has come now, and I throw my cares away. Weekends here, it's time to see some little footy played. I'll be out there supporting the guys and gals in my whole team. This is the season of that premiership dream. It's winter, I'm a magpie, and a devil buckaroo. Up down the woods, I know my team will come up with the goods. So tune in, buckle up, now it's time to back your side. Lose or draw, it's that time for the Hills Footy Ride. Hills Footy Ride. Hills Footy Ride.
Hey, it's Riley Clamp from Harndorf Football Club, and you are tuned in to the Call of the Wild, Hills Footy Live.
Hi, I'm Damien Hone, General Manager of Australian Paving Centre. We're proud sponsors of Call of the Wild, and you're watching Call of the Wild featuring the Hills Football League.
All right, welcome to JMS Rural Oval here in Birdwood. We've got the big rivalry clash between Kersbrook and Birdwood. And the great man Matt Gardner, captain of Kersbrook's, joined us pre-game. Gard, thanks for joining us.
You're most welcome, mate. Anytime.
Always a pleasure to have you part of the Call of the Wild. You've been part of us, joined us for several years now. How's the Brookers looking for 2025? Matty Code sent me some players to look out for today, and quite a lot of them were players who were stepping up from under 18s, which is great.
Yeah, you've taken the words out of my mouth there, mate. We've just got a lot of guys that are juniors of the footy club that I used to see when I first came to the club running around my ankles. I played with most of their dads, it shows how old I'm getting. But a lot of them are starting to kind of get into that 20 to 50. We should have a few 50-game milestones this year, hopefully, but just starting to get in that range. So they're just starting to understand A-grade footy and just what it's all about, and understanding the game a little bit better too. So that's probably mostly where our improvements come from. It's been a pretty steady trajectory, I'd imagine. If anyone's been paying attention to us the last couple of years, we've been down the bottom for a couple, working our way back up just with basically a whole new team, very young team. And last year finishing third and had a disappointing final series. Thought we should have gone a little bit deeper, but that's part of a young group. But we learned a lot of lessons last year, and looking to go a lot better this year.
And how's the vibe? Obviously, Kane Powers has been overseas, but Matt Scott stepping in as coach. No issues there.
Nah, none at all. Nah, the boys love Chewy. We get around him. Chewy has a little bit of different. He's a bit more laid back, old Chewy Mart. So he's keeps it nice and fun and pretty fresh. Not to say that Kane doesn't. Kane's very astute, and he's got his ways and demands a lot of us. And while Chewy's caretaking, he just obviously Chewy loves Kersey and wants us to win. He's a fierce competitor himself, so we don't lose anything in that regard. But it'll be nice to just have the stability of Kano back.
And how good today? Obviously, Manny Liddy representing South Australia against WA, Kersbrook youngster, and also Jacob Wesley getting selected in the state team for under 16. So it's a fantastic production line that Kersbrook have.
Yeah, it is, mate. Congrats to both Manny and young Wesley. He's literally just in the car right there. As we're talking about him. Look, mate, so stoked for both of them. I wish them all the best, and hopefully they go on to bigger and better things and potentially get drafted at a higher level, but still just unreal achievements to be playing state level and obviously league footy too. So well done to both those boys representing the club fantastically.
Might get him on for a quick chat then. In terms of captaincy, were you captain last year?
Yeah, co-captain with Brody last year, and reappointed by the group again this year, which is nice. Nice of the peers, and always happy to do it. A few of the young guys are starting to step up already this year, which is fantastic. A few of them finding their voice. So, whether I'm doing it again next year, that'll be up to the group. But I love seeing the young guys come up, and hopefully one of them wants to take it off me.
In terms of the competition, what are you expecting? Obviously, Mackie wanted the teams to improve, but overall?
Last year the comp was seriously close. And this year I don't think it's going to be any different. Kangarilla and Achunga looking pretty sharp early. Mackie improved again. They've got some quality players. The game we had against them was like one of the toughest games I've played in recent years. Very happy to come away with a win there. I think it'll be a nice even comp again. So you got to rock up these days in country div footy. Previous years it might be the top three were clear cut, and you could kind of get away with being bad for a half, but not anymore in this comp. You got to be on your game, and you want to go to sleep for a quarter, then you get found out.
Fantastic. And in terms of Birdwood, what do you expect today? They've got a few injuries, but always there or thereabouts.
Yeah, of course, and especially here, Birdwood always play this ground really well. We were only saying during the week that now's a good time to play at Birdwood because there isn't much rain about, and the oval should be good. And then, of course, it rains Friday, Saturday non-stop. So it looks all right out there. But Birdwood always a tough opponent here. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they go. I haven't really kept much of an eye on too many of the teams just at this current stage of the season. Maybe back half I'll start kind of diving into that, but really just focused on ourselves at the moment, and just trying to give ourselves the best platform for the second half of the year.
Just finally, besides yourself, who do you think's going to take home the showcase today for most effective player from Brookers? Obviously, I'm guessing you'd say Kersbrook player. So
most effective.
Who's going to tear it up?
You've probably got given a few of the names by Matt Code, but I'd be suggesting that Tyler Wesley, the older brother that's playing with us. He's an absolute superstar. Anyone that's watching any of our games will realise just how good this guy is. So I'd imagine he'll be really solid. Andy Vines has been fantastic coming back into the team. Just depending on the conditions, I guess. Maybe a couple of our forwards might be a contender if they kick a bag or anything like that. So we'll wait and see. But I think it'll be a midfielder that takes it today.
Beautiful. Always a pleasure. Thank you very much. Matt Gardner joining us.
Thank you very much, mate.
Cheers.
Always a pleasure.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.
We'll be back. All right. Welcome back. JMS Rural Oval here in Birdwood. And chatting to Matt Gardner before, and we alluded to Jacob Wesley being selected for the SA Under-16 state team. He's joining us now. Thanks for joining us, Jacob.
Yeah, that's all right.
So how did you find out about selection, and what's it like knowing that you'll represent South Australia at footy?
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird one. So I got added a bit late. Got the call up from my coach Monday night saying that I'd been added to the under-16 state squad because I've recently made the 15s one as well. And then he rang up. He's like, "Oh, yeah, how's that all going?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's going good." And then he said, "Oh, how would you feel if I told you added to the 16s one as well?" I was like, so it was a bit of a shock because I didn't play any of the development games that you normally play to get into those. And then, he said, "Nah, they really like what you're doing with your footy and your games at the moment. So, you've been added," which was, good news.
How good's that? And who is the coach of the 16?
Greg Crowden from, Meadows and,
So what's given you the... we've known about you down at Kersbrook and whatnot, but what's given you the edge this year? What have you really worked on?
They've got me playing a new role off of half-back, which I've taken with open arms and... so trying to just give my game as many skills as I can, so I can play anywhere when it comes to those squads, and they can say, "Well, plays there." So hopefully be a good asset to any team that I get put in.
Fantastic. And Sturt, enjoying it? Tell us about what's going on down there.
Yeah, very good. I think we've got a few wins, maybe like 5-1, 4-1, something like that.
Yep.
And going well. Good tight group, and
All right, so what's the deal with the SA? So you're in the squad, is that right? Or you're actually in the team, or what's the process now?
So it's a squad of 30, and there's 3 games. They take 23 players. So we've got a couple trial games coming up. So I just got to put my best foot forward and hopefully impress them out there and get the selection.
So you're one of 2 underages, is that right?
Yep. Me and another one from Glenelg.
Fantastic. How old are you now?
Just turned 15 a couple months ago. So
great. And in terms of just people out there, obviously you've had success at junior level at Kersbrook. Can you just tell people about that and what the Kersbrook Footy Club means to you?
Yeah, the Kersbrook Footy Club, very, very special. Obviously, family's always been here. Brother's still playing here, so I'm supporting him today. And and uncles, they've all been here. So I've been lucky enough to win 3 flags, two 14s. Last 2 14s won, and then a 17s won as well last year, so 2 in one day, which was very special. And won the male medal in 2022 and 3, as well as leading goal kicker.
Yep.
And then best on in the last 2 under-14s grand finals. So
what do you do to obviously I'm guessing the dream is AFL. So what do you do to the little 1% things that you like to do during the week to ultimately reach that?
Yeah, during the week I just. Well, obviously just train as hard as I can on the nights at Sturt, which is normally Tuesday, Thursday, and then a couple strength sessions here and there, trying to just maximise my body as best as I can, and then just an extra skills session with my father, who's very helpful, and so we can get up the Oval and work on anything I need to, and
I mean, and just a few other ones. Obviously, you're talking about your dad, but do you chat to guys like Brett and Roger James who have reached the AFL? Have they been mentors for you, or people? So who do you glean advice from?
Brett, Roger, and Paul, all very helpful. Yeah, they always got some advice from me, and I always take it as
What sorts of things stick with you?
Especially the new roll off halfback. Brett's been really helpful with that, like how to adjust my positioning to make my opponent look out of position, so it's a harder kick for them to hit my opponent.
Yep.
So stuff like that, which is really helpful. And then just Roger just being hard at the ball, and same with Paul, just getting my own ball.
How good. All right, and prediction for today? Tyler will have a good game?
Yeah, he'll go all right, I reckon. It'll be pretty good.
And Kersbrook to win?
Yeah, 100%.
Good man. Thanks very much, and all the best for the future.
Thank you.
All right, welcome to... Pistols, great to be back here at JMS Rural Oval in Birdwood. Big clash, obviously traditional rivals, northern rivals, Kersbrook and Birdwood, and a good chat pre-game there with Matt Gardner and Jacob Wesley, two of the great products for Kersbrook.
Can say one of the old and one of the new, the emerging stars. Yeah.
So fantastic day today, and looking forward to this contest. Obviously Kersbrook tracking along nicely. Birdwood have had their injury concerns, so let's see how the Roosters go back at home.
And now, I've got to be honest and say we've had cards and letters relating to his absence last week, but I'm happy to say he's back doing what he does best, taking us through everything, and to figure it all out, welcome back, Jaden J. Hill.
Thank you, Pistols. Goldie, great to be here at JMS Rural Birdwood Oval. Should be a fantastic game. Always love the clash between the northern rivals, Birdwood and Kersbrook. So, it should be a great game. Obviously, the head-to-head count favours Kersbrook a little bit here. In the 31 meetings between the two teams since 2010, there's been one draw, but Kersbrook have won 23 and Birdwood have won 7. But there is some positives from the Birdwood point of view. In the last 5 encounters, in the last 20 quarters between the two teams, Birdwood has won 10 and Kersbrook has won 9. So, and there's been one drawn quarter. So plenty of positives for the Roosters, and what's going to be a massive day here at Birdwood Oval.
I should just say we're live on the Call of the Wild Facebook page 2025, YouTube channel, and also HFL Media. Search that in your search engine, and we're also live on the Hills Football League Facebook page. So let us know where you're watching today. And
sure.
Pistols, the sponsors.
Yes.
We've got a few more additions. They
bigger than Ben Hur.
Really keep us going for 2025, and really grateful to all of the sponsors who are involved for 2025. Jaden's going to outline one of them shortly. Very, very good.
Yep.
So Hardcourts Adelaide Hill, thanks again. Mal Barker Forward, Print Wrap Pack, unpack the stats, Jaden shortly. Lowe's Meat Co, he's already done that actually. Lowe's Meat Co, snag of the day, thanks to Daniel Lowe and the team. Lancaster's Property Services, of course Bomber and the team there, will be outlining the defensive work of both sides. The Courier, Adelaide Hills Lawn and Garden, and Littlehampton Landscape and Firewood, Luke Timmins and Jared Tate and the guys, thanks again. Refuel Wellness, of course that's part of our most effective pack there, Recovery Magnesium Spray, the best in the world.
Yep.
Painted Wine Barrels and Signs, thanks very much to Mark Stokes for the logos and the banners. Explorer Caravans, of course with Benno and the team. Mortgage Choice Adelaide Hills Australian Paving Centre, and a few additions, Pistols and Jaden. 24 Fit, of course, director is the great man Alex Weeks. They've got 10 locations in SA, local 24-hour gyms, so thanks very much to Alex Weeks, 24 Fit. Hills Collide, we'll get to them shortly, Jaden. JMS Rural, Rural and Residential Fencing Specialists, they've come on board, so fantastic. Of course, today we're at the JMS Rural Stadium, or Oval I should say, so, and I've outlined Australian Paving Centre with the team there. Jaden, Hills Collide, can you tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah, so Hills Collide Wine Bar and Tasting Room in Summertown. So it's owned and operated by 2 former Hills B-grade grand finalists in Mitch Fitzpatrick and Shane Ettridge. So yeah, it's quite new, and yeah, it's a great addition to Adelaide Hills wine scenery. And yeah, so they're opening hours are Friday evenings from 4 till 9, Saturday and Sunday from 12 till 6 at Hills Collide. They offer a selection of locally sourced snacks, Adelaide Hills wines, and a relaxed atmosphere as well. And they're also available to host functions and events. So there you go.
Shane Ettridge does some very good work for Mount Barker back in the day, I think. Yes. And wine bars in Adelaide, well known around the scene. So great addition there, Jane. Have you sampled the products, have we?
Yes, I have actually before, but yes, it's a great drop, and thanks to Shane and Mitch for coming on board.
Of course, the umpires' pistols coming out on the ground now, looking splendid in their green get-up. Of course, their sponsors are very important.
Yes.
The umpires, keep them going.
Of course, Formula Honda, Mount Pleasant Butcher, Harndle Fruit and Veg Market, Adelaide Hills Real Estate, the Sterling Hotel, Mortgage Choice through Matt Adam Appeal, and Intersport Blackwood. And of course, we must say once again it's a big welcome to the wonderful production skills of Tommy Hills, while James Davis and Hutto Martlew are in charge of the cameras, bringing all the vibe of the Hills footy here this afternoon from, well, the rain is starting to fall at Birdwood Oval, so a wintry day. After we had some very great weather in Indian summer, so the toss is just about to take place. And of course, a big shout out to Matt the Roadie, as we just mentioned, Mortgage Choice. Thank you for supplying the Dreammaker and bringing it out here this afternoon to JMS Oval. So we're all ready to snare as umpire Tommy McLean tosses a coin. Matt Gardner. Toss has been made, being won by Birdwood, so they will kick to the left of screen or down the velodrome as we know towards the scoreboard end here. So we must mention, as we said, the umpires in charge here this afternoon. As we mentioned, Tommy McLean and Grant Bowen doing the field umpiring duties. Tommy Cox, the great Tommy Cox, Caleb Brown, Bryce Ritter running the boundaries, and in goals we have Merv Luhrmann and John Skin McDonald. So we thank them very much, and hopefully it stays relatively dry for them, because it's bad enough for the players out there, but I suppose for the officials in charge also, they have to bear up with the weather conditions. As we said, it was a balmy 12 degrees here. I think it might have dropped a little bit, but as we said, the precipitation starting to fall. We've had a bit of rain overnight, in the morning here in the hills. In some particular areas it's been a bit heavier than others, but Birdwood have patches of dry conditions, but I can tell you now that it has opened up a bit. So it will be a greasy ball here to open proceedings as Kersbrook will kick up the slope to the right of screen here on the call of the wild, coming here for HFL Media. Of course, the vibe of Hills footy. Benny, one thing that's going to be interesting, and Jaden J, Birdwood, the first 3 games have kicked 15-5-2, so a total of 22 goals. Kersbrook have kicked 12, 12 and 36, making a total of 60. So 60 plays 22, Jaden J. Hill. So it's going to be interesting to see where Birdwood can kick a winning score against a pretty tight defensive Kersbrook side, which also knows where to find the goals.
Yeah, and also I think part of that, Pistols, is Birdwood's defence as well, and Kersbrook have some quite big goal kickers in Ethan Cass and also Sam Bradford as well, so interesting to see.
Sammy Bradford missing with a hamstring, Benny, after kicking 11, so yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, well, Ethan Cass as well from Onkaparinga Valley Bulldogs, so interesting to see how Birdwood go there.
I'm sure he must be a Woodside cricketer in the past somewhere.
And some players to look out for from Kersbrook: Tyler Wesley starting in the middle, I believe, Carter Baker on the wing, and I'll get to a few others shortly.
All right, we're underway. Griffiths, Clinton follows up the ball across the cricket pitch area, kicks the ball with his team, hacks the ball forward, so first ball into the forward 50, Bailey Waite getting involved there, so Kersbrook defence already in action, puts it out towards the wing area, bouncing ball. Here's taken there for the Roosters, they put the ball back into forward 50, off hands, grabbed off hands here, there was a chance there for Mitch Newman with the headband. Scrambly play already, and as I said, probably a slippery ball already with the conditions here. Chips up the line, the mark taken there for the Roosters, quickly played on there by Benny Partridge.
Yep, kick inside 50. I think he was an underage premiership player, if I remember correctly. And played last season at Walkerville. Good to see him back. And first we'll look at the great man Matt Gardner, who brings it back in. Short pass, finds Nadge. So just outlining some of the Kersbrook players today. As I said, Tyler Wesley starting in the middle, Carter Baker on the wing. Marshall White across half-back and Josh McCard up forward. Tyler, an absolute gun and should tear the competition apart very soon, and other three are all 18-year-olds who are stepping up to first year of senior footy. So there are a few Kersbrook players to watch today. As the Roosters will kick the ball sideways here.
Yeah, ball taken out on the Anna Mears flank. Because they're here at the Velodrome, which we love. Chips the ball back here. So Roosters playing possession football deep in defence. Goes across here. Water ball sit nicely for Ben Payne. He's got a bit of work to do. Gets onto a teammate. Handballs it back here. Taken by Big Carter. And Turn gets it back to the run of a teammate. Chain of handballs there. Ends up with that man Payne. Drives the ball towards the half-forward flank area. Off hands here. Tried to soccer forward there was Mason Aspey for the Roosters. Off hands, half-back. Jucks the chutney there. Wrapped up in the tackle by that man Gardner. Ball flows free. Finally picked up there by the Brookers. Handballs it out towards Wake. Close to the boundary line. He's wrapped up in a good tackle applied there.
Yep, just some Birdwood players to watch out for today. Of course, Geordie Miller across half forward. Dylan Rowe on ball. Jordan Sadler centre half back, and Mason Ashby playing across half forward. So there's some important
one of our
players.
Sorry, one of our favourites, the Viking, because swapped over from Torrens Valley this year. Dylan Rowe.
Yep, half forward line. And it's gone out of bounds.
And of course his former line in partner in crime, Rob Young, who's been playing some pretty good footy in the first few rounds here for Birdwood, also coming across, unfortunately injured today, as is Jared Jones and Josh Coleman. So 3 big outs there for the Roosters. So already hit with injuries. I think at one stage they had 33 players on the injury list. So once again, the season not starting well for them, but you can see what might happen today in the face of adversity.
Snap round the corner. I think that was Card. Gone out towards the boundary line. Good work here by Birdwood, keeping the ball alive. Zach Clinton, 3rd year, recruited from Elizabeth, HFL rep last season.
He's a man, Andy
Vines, premiership player.
Yeah.
Back at Kersbrook, good to see him there.
Just played with Mallee Districts and Onkers with great performance aside. The old don't argue there. Kersbrook walked the ball along here, taken by Wesley. He's hemmed in right in front of the Birdwood coaching box. Finally a clearing kick there through dates to Jordan Sadler. The Roosters gets it forward. Mark taken there. So go further afield into the pocket. Here's the late inclusion in Cam Bradley in the skins, and why not? It's a little bit chilly out there. In fact, the balmy 11 degrees at the moment. It'll be Matt Gardner bring the ball back in right in front of the scoreboard with no score on the board, as we've played just under 3 minutes.
Yep. Andy Vines involved early, off hands. Jones trying to collect it. Right in front of the faithful. Of course, Premiership Reunion Day here today at Birdwood. Handball over the top. Collected nicely by Wesley. On the left boot, tried to centre the pass. Turnover. Congested situation. Kersbrook looking to counter-attack here through the middle of the ground. Handball's on. Bit of a grubby kick just near the cricket pitch area now. Smack bang in the middle of JMS Rural Oval. And the ball flicks out and Birdwood go forward here, Pistols. Bit of free-flowing footy.
Yeah, Tommy Jonas getting on the end of that. Puts it forward. Teammate wasting no time. A bit of a mung kick forward. Picked up very nice.
There, using the body nicely, was Pearson. So the Brookers will go forward here. 2 against 1 situation favouring Birdwood. Ground level ball. Sweeping handball out. Comes to Rowe. Coming across from Torrens Valley this season. Kick into the middle of the ground. A good mark taken there by Partridge, and 25-metre penalty, is it? No, the umpire's just telling him to go around the mark there.
So as we said, Partridge a club product, but spent last year at Walkerville, back at the Chook Shed this year. Oh, good defensive work there by Gardner. Sport the attempt there for Bradley, close to the boundary line. Roosters, teamwork there. Got the ball, Jackson Bebington around the corner, but chopped out there by Griffiths, I think is the big ruckman. Gets across to Bailey Waite, fakes the handball. This could be dangerous territory. Brooker's under a little bit of pressure here, but have Wade in numbers. Gardner follows up. Goes to ground under pressure. Ball held in there by Tommy McLean right in front of the scoreboard. As we said, 5.5 minutes gone opening turn, no score on the board.
So forward pocket area for the Roosters. Just a couple of umpires this season doing the A-grade matches. And it's gone out of bounds. So boundary throw-in just around the scoreboard. Neither side yet on the board.
Boundary umpire Tommy Cox officiating there. One of the experienced academy boys, Tommy Cox, one of our favourites on the quarter while, and he pitched the ball in here. So dangerous territory still for the Brookers. As I said, they came in with a glut of goals against them, of course, after kicking 36 last year. But Birdwood doing all the attacking in this early stage of the game.
Down the slope here towards the entry gate end of the ground. Just having a look down the Kersbrook end of the ground. Jacob Pittman's keen to see how he goes today for Kersbrook. Picks forward.
Strong attack there by the Viking in that row. Ground level, holds the ball in there, still going. Massive blue jumpers around the pack as well. Going to ground there, it's a scrambly play in the conditions. The rain has abated a little bit here, but obviously the ball's slippery from the early stages. At some point Tommy McLean will ball it up.
He does. Good start here by Birdwood. They've got the ball inside their forward 50, and here's an opportunity with the sling tackle. As you can see there, the faithful on screen.
Yeah, because a big reunion here. Premierships won by the Birdwood Football Club, I think dating back to even 60 years ago, 1965. Benny, I was actually at that game as a 9-year-old, believe it or not, watching my brother play. When they beat Stirling, the last kick of the day virtually. So here's a chance in the modern game for Birdwood to get the first score on the board. So they'll shoot towards the scoreboard end. So deliberate approach here. The ball is going to go across the face, give umpire Cox a bit of work to do again. He signals out on the full side, be Matt Gardner to bring the ball back into play. So Kersbrook, after a glut of goals this last week, of finding, I said 36 on the board, of finding the conditions and the game a little bit tighter here as we come up to 8 minutes played. No score on the board for either side, go out wide. Good mark taken out there, half-back flank area for the Brookers. So Kersbrook to work the ball forward. Mung kick in the wet conditions. Grabbed there by the Roosters. Handball off. Go centre's eye, lifted the eyes nicely. Picked out Aspie, I think it is out there, off hands. Sport, here's Kersbrook at their best of defence. Get it out wide. They've got right in numbers. Well trapped there. Going to ground there was Pearson, the Josh variety. Picked up here by Clinton. He's been busy in his opening stages. Sets the ball. Will it come back? Enough. Umpire John McDonald moves too far to the left. Signals minor score, but after nearly 9 minutes of play, Benny, first score on the border behind the Birdwood.
Yeah. Birdwood looking good early. Peppering the forward line. Might check with Jaden shortly for inside 50s and some key stats there. Unpack the stats thanks to one of our great sponsors today, Pistols, with the most effective, of course, the print, wrap and pack. Meantime, kick out of defence. Rose around the contest here and swings onto his left boot dangerously. It's into an attacking position now for Birdwood. Bailey Wake holding strong in the defensive half of the ground for Kersbrook. Just keeping back the Roosters here, who are surging forward.
Yes, as I said, the face of adversity. They've had 3 key players pull out last minute, so a couple of boys doing double time, played in the reserves back, but they're certainly putting up a good show here early. Gets the ball out here towards Wesley. Clinton again goes to ground, recovers well, gets it back to row your boat. Sells a bit of candy, then handballs over the top, finds a teammate there, gives it back to Clinton. Zach Clinton around on the right, centres the ball into the corridor. Bit of jostling there as the ball come in, bounces clear, goes to ground now, stacks on the mill. Desperate effort by the blue jumpers, tries to get it out there. Getting involved there was Dylan Burge. In the meantime, I think he might have drawn a free kick, Dylan Burge. Ex-Broadview player, of course, HFL rep back in 2023, so Burge goes towards the outer side wing. Got the run here, Gardner, the ageless Gardner takes the mark. He's got a paddock to work in. Goes long towards centre half forward, getting across. There's the big man in Markwick. Foot races on here on the inner wing's flank. Has a bit touch of the fumbles. Under pressure there. Locks the ball in. Birdwood defence through the agency of Jonas. Hugs it out wide here. Here's Newman. The headband, he goes to ground also, then follows up with a tackle. He'll probably hold the ball in. There's umpire Tommy McLean in residence. Says no opportunity, so he'll ball it up.
Yep, stoppage situation on the outer side. Just gone just over 11 minutes here in the opening quarter. Of course, thanks to Harcourts Allied Hills and Mount Barker Ford scoreboard. It's Birdwood 1 point, Kersbrook yet to score. Haven't really had any snag of the day contenders at the moment, thanks to Lowe's Meat Co, because we haven't had any goals. Lancaster's property defensive pressure has been fantastic though, from Kersbrook just holding back Birdwood, but here's a real chance here for the Roosters once again to go forward. through Ashby. Dangerous left boot, goes bang right to the line. Gardner backing back, takes a good mark as he's done for well over a decade now.
Chips the ball out wide, finds a teammate there. Matt Gardner in vintage form, as we say. Puts up the line as the big man Griffiths will sit for him.
Good tackle.
Goes to ground with the big man there. Has joined the club in his third year from Goolwa. Of course, he was a Hills Football League rep last year in the standalone team and certainly played very well against River Murray. So Birdwood put the ball across the centre. Here's a chance for Rowe. So Dylan Rowe in the centre of the ground, right in the centre circle. Goes short to a lead here. That's a good kick. Birdwood whipped the ball forward and the mark taken. Through a couple of numbers here for Birdwood.
Yep, kicked forward into the pocket. And that's going to go out of bounds. So just not quite finding the target here, the Roosters. They're controlling the forward entries, I reckon, Jaden. Is that right?
Yeah, they sure are. 12-3 at the moment in favour of Birdwood. We just can't get that score on the board.
Short pass. Finds Burge. So Ben Powell, good to see him out there. Inboard hand pass through the middle of the ground now. Kersbrook into some open space. Cleverly flicked on and socket off the ground nicely there by Ethan Cass. His first year, switched from Onkers, kicked 8 against Torrens Valley. Keen to see how he goes today. Number 19 for the Brookers.
Because missing services of Sam Bradford today for a couple of weeks after he kicked 11 last week, but Cass with 8, it certainly shows he knows where the goal is, so it'll be interesting to see what he brings up this afternoon. So, ruck duel, one down there, down Jones there. Jones belleries his way through, of course Jared Jones missing this afternoon with injury. So Dylan Jones, the lookalike. So once again, ball up, ruck duel, one down by Pittman out the back door, taken there through the agency of Hoppo, gets to a teammate, puts it across wide. So the Roosters, this is Jonas, Tommy Jonas goes out wide. He's got the run here, and Mitch Newman will sit for him in the headband. Yes, he does. On the wing area, goes short again. Spilt there, followed up there. Jonas, who followed up from half back. That's what you like to see as a coach. Second effort, gets the ball forward. Fumbled mark there, goes to ground. Over the top there to Birdwood. Good pressure applied there by James Howitson, I think it was, over the top in the blue jumper. So another ball up as 14 minutes just ticked over. Birdwood with just the one behind. Kersbrook get to get on the board here to Caldwell first term Country Division footy. Here from well, the rain has abated, but still threatening sky here. After the great weather we've had for the last month or so, the Hills Football League, the season appears to have broken, Benny. So good to see a bit of precipitation, particularly if you're a farmer.
Ball on the outer side. We'll go to Jaden shortly for some more stats, thanks to Print, Wrap and Pack. He'll unpack the stats. Haven't had any goals, no need for talking about that yet. Or could we have an opportunity here for the Roosters? Great pick-up, handball's on. Tied on the boundary, snap it, goal. And that man once again, Matt Gardner, with great defensive work, concedes a minor score. I think it was Mitch Newman there having a bit of a snap with the headband on for Birdwood. So the Roosters on the Harcourts Adelaide Hills and Mount Barker Ford scoreboard there, 2 points. Kersbrook yet to score and yet to really get any forward movement at the moment, as Jaden outlined.
So the ball in front of the Kersbrook coaching group. Of course, Kane Powers back in charge after sunning himself over in Europe last couple of weeks. Benny, perhaps on a coach fact-finding mission.
Jaden.
I'd say it's a 25-metre penalty here, but Kersbrook, apart from last week, haven't won a first quarter, and Birdwood haven't won a first quarter either this year.
Oh, we're going to break the deadlock here.
Good use of the body there by Rowe, held his opponent out, but good enough to get the ball. There was Wesley, puts towards, here's the first real deep venture for the Brookers towards the top end of right of screen. Ball comes out the back here, good handball, comes back here. Roosters, working it nicely, comes out towards Clinton, he waits, he gets it, he's got a sweeping long handball out here towards a teammate. Grabs it along the wing area, the members' wing, puts it down from the pavilion, but Brooker's back there. Over the top, taken well by Ashby. He races off, follows it up. Well done there for the Brookers, though. Intercept it well, puts it across here to Wesley. Clinton come in late. Wesley keeps the ball in front of him, goes back for support. Chain of handballs. The Brookers lightning caught there. Unfortunate there was Howitson, but he's won a free kick for too high, so Howitson with the ball, nurses it forward, out here and picks out a teammate in Andy Vines. Good to see him back to Catfish.
Andy Vines probably just get the ball inside 50. That might be 25 downfield. Yet it is against Dylan Rowe. So Vines kicked the ball. Intended target there was Burge, and he'll get a free kick. Ex-Broadview and HFL rep in 2023. And this is the Brookers' real chance here to get their first goal on the board. So Burge from just inside the 50 arc here at JMS Rural Oval in Birdwood. And he's nailed that. So as often is the case, the side dominates for a large portion of a quarter, Jaden J, and the other team manages to get their first goal with their first real look at it.
Yeah, well, like I said before, Birdwood dominated the inside 50s, 15-6, in favour of the Roosters. 34 kicks to 30, though, in favour of Kersbrook, because they've basically been trying to hack it out of their 50. And handballs 24-13 in favour of Birdwood. So you can probably see the style they're trying to play as well. And they have been quite good and quick with their handballs as well, running forward. And then Marks is 14-10 in favour of the Roosters as well.
So the Roosters Warhorse and Woeful against Griffiths. Griffiths gets it down. Chain of handballs out here. There's Ben Partridge, grabs it. Here's the Roosters going inside 50. Nice. And this could be a good reply for them straight away as they've picked out Jackson Bevington there.
That was crisp movement out the middle.
Absolutely.
That was a bit of an AHLG and Littlehampton Landscape and Firewood memorable moment, straight out the middle.
So Binghamton fights towards goals, but once again the impenetrable man of Gardner.
Lancaster Properties defensive work is brilliant here early from guards.
So Gardner puts it out towards the members' wing. Vines is the target, but chipping in front of him is his teammate there, Ian Marshall White, first year player and seniors. From the Port Districts Junior, he got the ball forward. Rowe held the ball in there off Pittman. 0-0 draw, so
would it be wrong, Pistols, to say early running hot thanks to JMS Ruler with Matt Gardner?
No, absolutely.
Might go with that one.
Very good call there, Benny, as always. Very astute. JMS coming on board, so we thank them very much.
Running hot at the moment in the defensive half.
Vines got it across to a teammate there, and Ben Powers. Powers puts forward, bouncing ball, charging through. There's the big man in Carter. Managed to get boot the ball. Only as far as Powers, the man who delivered it, so they're waxing the ball at the moment. So just near the cricket pitch area, Benny Powers on the left puts it forward, streaming out there. That's a good lead and good mark taken by Jake Markwick. Markwick wastes no time, gets it forward. Pittman probably got a bit of a push out there from Jordan Sadler. Sadler gets back on it, lifts the eyes and puts it down the throat of Mitchell Newman.
All right, here we go, running hot. Thanks to JMS Rural, Matt Gardner, defensive prowess. Tommy right on it. He certainly is. He's absorbing Birdwood's press here, but they're still coming, the Roosters, and the kick's on here into the middle of the ground. Oh, doesn't quite come off. It opens for Kersbrook on the tackle there by Tyler Wesley, and that's superb.
Yep.
One of the players to watch today is Tyler Wesley, and that stopped Birdwood in their tracks.
So Wesley, 6-goal man last week against Torrens Valley. His famous name in the footy club. So Wesley goes out wide. Here's a chance for Andy Vines. Takes a good mark right in front of our commentary position. So Vines nurses it forward. He's got a lead there once again, and that's all too easy. It's wandering out there. I think it was Markwick once again.
They've absorbed. Oh, here we go.
And he goes short again and finds Jaden J's man in Cass, I think this is.
They've absorbed a lot of pressure here from Birdwood pushing forward, and now they're starting to get a bit of a roll on here. Kersbrook kicking up the hill.
So Cass, as we said, 8 goals last week. Has kicked 12 for the season. So right behind him, cameraman James Davis. So the vision will tell the story as he kicks towards the pine tree or top end here at JMS Birdwood Oval. So Cass runs out. The ball will curl back in, but not enough, Benny. No. So minor score.
Minor score there for Kersbrook. They go to 1 goal, 1 to Birdwood, 2 points. Opening quarter action here from JMS Rural Oval. 22-minute mark, almost ticking towards. Birdwood, you'd feel from their end deserve a goal, but now it's Kersbrook sort of getting control of it. Maybe Jaden can back that up shortly with some stats that matter. Thanks to Print Wrap and Pack. We'll get to the J-man shortly. Half-forward line now for Kersbrook. Wesley starting to get a bit of it. Cass flicks it out the Vines. Here's Wesley on cue. Bit of a sidestep and a fumble, and now the Roosters on the counter-attack.
Yeah, taken forward there. Bouncing ball, off hands there. Here's Bailey Waite, wrapped up in the tackle, manages to get rid of the football. Driven forward there.
Oh, row your boat. Kept it beautifully in front of him.
Yeah, got support there from Mudge. Ball deflects out there. Battling his way through his Partridge, Ben Partridge. Gave it across to teammate Malloy. Gets the bouncing ball. Once again, Wake. Gets it across Kersbrook. Great teamwork. Clearing kick there through the agency of Nadge. Comes up forward. Here's Newman. Gets it a run of Clinton. Been impressed with the big man. Very athletic. Gets it forward.
Kick.
On the lead there. Off hands. Good work by Gardner. Got rid of his immediate opponent. And Ashby puts towards the centre of the ground. And standing his ground there was Birds.
No.
He knew the cavalry was coming in the agency of Mudge. Stood his ground, Tucker Mark.
Yep. Kick out towards the half-forward line. Got a player out here in space. And they're going to go forward once again. The Brookers getting repeat forward entries. Cash the target. Good work there in defence by Mitch Carter. Turnover though. Inside 50 now for the Brookers. Opens it up.
Pearson
has a shot. Pittman rushed it through for him. Oh, is it? Yep. Gone out of bounds. Hit the small post, obviously.
Yeah, Jacob Pearson on that occasion. So out of bounds, umpire Tommy Cox covering a lot of ground. He was down the other end a minute ago, so umpire Tom Cox, one of our favourites, pitches the ball in. One down there, Vines lurking. Grabbed here for the good tackling pressure there. Taken here.
Shot, goal.
Andy Vines swoops.
He's had a good start to the quarter.
23-minute mark.
It's on the Harcourts Adelaide Hills Mount Barker Ford scoreboard. Kersbrook skipping out to a handy lead here. 2-1 Jayden to Birdwood. 2 points. They've absorbed the Roosters' press early, and now they're getting consecutive goals.
Yeah, probably in the first 10 minutes, Birdwood were dominating in the contest, but now Kersbrook is starting to dominate that facet of the game, and 47 kicks to 39, 20 handballs to Kersbrook, but 28 for Birdwood as well. And just their pressure the last 5 minutes, Kersbrook has been absolutely immense. So it'll be interesting to see how Birdwood can respond in the latter part of this quarter.
Back in the middle, thanks to APC, AustralianPaving.com. Let's see who gets the midfield break. It's Wesley.
In good form, gets it back here. Versus over the top of Pearson. Keep this ball in front of him was Nadge, but in the meantime the siren has gone. So
entertaining quarter.
Entertaining quarter. No, the Roosters haven't got a goal on the board, but they're certainly ultra competitive, which overall coach Glenn Malloy could ask for. So at quarter time,
we'll get our man J Bangers out there to have a little listen.
We will.
To the
Kersbrook 2-1. Birdwood 2 behinds on the quarter while. We'll be back for the second term after these messages.
Hey, it's Jaden J Hill here, and you're watching Call the Wild's HFL Game of the Day right here on Facebook and also YouTube. It's the vibe of Hills football.
It's Jack Parker here from the Gumrack Footy Club. You're watching Call of the Wild. Hills Live.
Hey, it's Mitch from the Oval Valley Footy Club. You're watching Call of the Wild.
You are watching the match of the round on Call of the Wild with me. Prime time, free for all, every Saturday.
It's time for Explorer Caravans autumn stock clearance at 583 Grand Junction Road. Explorer Caravans is clearing all stock. Save big dollars on leading Aussie brands like Franklin, Viscount and Titanium, with vans ready to go. Talk to our experts for all the info and tips. Then get a great deal on its corner of Grand Junction and Prospect Roads.
Australian Paving Centre has been established since 1986, but we're more than just paving. We're retaining walls, concrete sleepers, garden walls, stone cladding, and natural stone is certainly a big part of our business. We've got good quality staff that give good quality customer service. If you go to www.australianpaving.com and then to find a store, you can find all of our 15 stores at that website.
We've created pure magnesium blends designed to be part of a daily ritual that supports your body the way nature intended. We wanted to create something simple, natural and effective that's not just about a product, it's about helping you feel your best every day naturally.
I've designed this Recover blend for athletes who can recover anytime, anywhere. Magnesium is one of the most important minerals for your recovery. Check out the blends at refuelwellness.com.au.
Adam Hunt here with me from the Valley Footy Club. You're at Call of the Wild, stay tuned, more for the action.
Welcome to Work Locker Mount Barker. I'm Andrew Bailey. And Simon Noon, you're watching Hills Footy Live, Call of the Wild.
Hi, it's Sam Williams from the Harnder Football Club and you are tuned into Call of the Wild, Hills Footy Live.
Hey, it's Matt.
Welcome back to Call of the Wild through HFL Media, coming to you this afternoon from JMS Oval in Birdwood, and a pretty entertaining first term. You see the Brookers there getting directions from Coach Kane Powell. Quarter time, Birdwood 2-1. Kersbrook 2-1, Birdwood 2 behind, but as I said, without a goal on the board, but they've sort of been ultra competitive, that is for sure. And coming into the side with 3 late withdrawals, and been hit from pillar to post in the opening 3 or 4 rounds of this season. Birdwood already had about 34 used in the A-grade list, but as I said, putting up a really good fight here this afternoon.
Yep, Call of the Wild Facebook page, of course, Hills Football League Facebook page, and HFL Media YouTube channel. Just tweaked that. Must be the conditions, just overcast conditions. We've rejigged the antenna
Tommy,
and everything. Tommy is all over that. So, and once again, thanks very much to our sponsors, Pistols. Great sponsors we've got: Harcourt's Adelaide Hills, Mount Barker Ford, Print Wrap Pack, Lowe's Meat Co, Lancaster's Property Services, The Courier, Adelaide Hills Lawn and Garden, Middlehampton Landscape and Firewood, Refuel Wellness, Painted Wine Barrels and Signs, and I'll get to the rest shortly as we start the second quarter. APC, AustralianPaving.com midfield matchup. Who's going to win the clearance? It looks like it's going to be the Brookers.
So Vines and Burge involved. Wesley overran the ball. Here's Rowe.
Of course, Littlehampton Landscape and Firewood, Refuel Wellness, Painted Wine Barrels and Signs, Explorer Caravans, Mortgage Choice Adelaide Hills Australian Paving Centre.
So Vines again across the cricket pitch area, so inside 50 for the first time in the second term. Sliding mark there, has it been paid? Yes, Brilliant. It has. This might be Mark Wick.
And coming on board, of course, Jaden through Hills Collide, fantastic, 24 fit, JMS Rural, and Colour Fast Painters with Michael Warburton and the team there. Fantastic stuff.
Yep, great to have everyone come on board, support community football and great community businesses. So if you get the opportunity to support them, do so. So Mark Wick with the opportunity here has kicked 3 goals for the season. Leans back onto the kick, just pulls a little bit.
And you'll see our sponsors rotating in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen throughout the quarters.
So a big day, as we said, for the Birdwood Football Club, a premiership reunion of 65, 75, 2005 premiership years throughout the grades. So good to see the past players here, no doubt out there at quarter time, urging the current players on. Oh, well picked up by Wesley. He's had a big game. Goes backwards to go forwards. He's got it to Haylock. The vice captain puts it inside over the top of the head there of a couple of players. Handballs it out here. Birdwood get out of trouble on this occasion. Out towards the wing area. Here's the big man in Woeful. Oh, well done. Gets it back towards Jones, who overruns it. Oh, nearly the one-handed pick up there.
That's the sort of 1% effort that Glenn Malloy would love to see, Pistols.
Yep, and this bloke always gets 100% with Rowe, gets the ball back out towards Jones. He's in turn tackled by Wesley, taken by Burge, gives it off to Powell. Powell lifts the eyes, puts down and grabbed around the corner. High shot there. Might have been Cass, was it?
Number 19.
Yep, Ethan Cass, but flying out of bounds. So, last touch.
Haven't had really a snag of the day contender yet, thanks to Lowe's Meat Co. We've had 2 goals. They were pretty standard shots at goal from the Brookers. Very handy though.
I tell you what, if there's no real category winner, Jaden J might take that voucher home. No doubt he'd be pretty keen to get that.
All right, the ball's going to be brought in here. We'll get Jaden J to tell us about some of the comments from at quarter time. He'll unpack the stats thanks to Print, Wrap and Pack and bring us an update on what the coaches had to say. At least I think Birdwood, he was down at the Birdwood huddle at quarter time, so we'll get to J-Bangers shortly.
Thanks, Goldfinger.
Alrighty, half forward line here for Kersbrook. Starting to surge forward. Tyler Wesley sets sail for goal, and that's out of bounds on the full. So they're peppering early in the second quarter. Jayden, what are your thoughts?
Thanks, Goldie. So yeah, Jared Jones did most of the talking there at the Birdwood huddle. Just spoke about how when they had the footy, they looked really dangerous and just to link with each other. And understood as well that Kersbrook are really experienced down back, and just to find some leads and just keep peppering it inside forward 50.
So Clinton deep in defence, puts the ball high. Pat Gabbers, looks like a bit of a push out there. The umpire said that was okay. So the mark taken there for the Roosters. Half-back flank area as they work up the slope. Or to the rider's screen here, wherever you're watching for our global coverage in the quarter. Well, trust you're enjoying it. Let us know where you are. Good mark taken over the top. I think this is Haylock. The Brody variety, the vice captain, wastes no time, puts it back forward. Here's Rowe.
Oh, brilliant.
Just stooms through the Viking. Then he runs into a bit of trouble. He's shipwrecked. Ball spills free, taken here by Wesley, who's knocking up.
Middle of the ground, they've got a player on in the middle. We've got a few updates to the player list for the Roosters, thanks to Jaden at quarter time, so we'll get to those shortly. As the ball is switched out here, nicely into space. Finds Ben Payne, first year, A grade, recruited from Barossa District, or Miller.
Miller in the sleeves who ran on.
Yep. Off hands. Just in front of us here, Trevor Waldfield. Good tackle. That's all fair. He's pretending to get rid of it, and there'll be a stoppage just in front of us.
What a great club man Trevor Waldfield's been for the Roosters over the years. Just gives everything. The old warhorse. So against Griffiths. Griffiths gets the tap down to Powers. Interesting disposal there. Grabbed by Jones. Jones goes backwards to go forwards there.
There he is again. Oh, he's gone though.
Gardner.
Running hot in the first quarter. Just couldn't quite get rid of it there.
Yeah, so the Roosters. So here's the late inclusion in Cam Bradley, number 35.
Well, he means business with that hairdo.
He does, and also got the skins, just feeling the cold here. Apparently had a bit of a history, junior ranks down at West Adelaide. Hasn't played a lot of footy in recent years, but could cover himself in glory here, Benny. Perhaps he would like to get the call to old beanie.
Yeah,
a bit later to keep the not good warm. So, with Bradley here,
bit of advice
right behind him, James Davis right behind him. I tell you, that's a beautiful kick, and he's got the first on the board for the Roosters.
Yeah, that's well, I'll give it. I'll at least put it in contention. Low snag of the day contended just for the sheer importance for Birdwood. Jaden.
Yeah, well, good call, Benny. 5 inside 50s to 2 in favour of Kersbrook. So again, the team that has the most inside 50s, unfortunately, leaks goals at the other end. So well done to Birdwood here. They're pushing hard and doing what Jared Jones said. Linking up and banging the ball inside forward 50.
So back in the middle, Australian Paving Centre, APC, easy as 1, 2, 3, midfield matchups, AustralianPaving.com. Let's see who gets the break here. We'll get to Jaden shortly just with the clearance advantage. I think the Brookers on top in this quarter so far, Jaden, with clearances?
Yeah, with the centre clearances, yeah.
So here we go in the ruck. This is going to be very important.
Probably their best defender, so Roosters
giving it a red hot.
Giving it all. So here they go again. Ball hacked forward. Here comes Powers. Takes the opportunity of a misdirected kick there, but held up there by the Roosters.
Pistol, another player running hot?
Dylan
Rowe with his tackling pressure. Your thoughts, or just wait for a little bit more?
Well,
I reckon he's at least 1% action at the moment. Running hot thanks to JMS Rural. Is fantastic at the moment for the Roosters.
Here's Jones, squeezes his way through the traffic, gets towards half forward, and tall timber back there. Over the top was Haylock. Ball comes to ground, taken there for Birdwood, running into trouble. And Roosters certainly have a red hot go here. Could have been champion style. So RHG. So umpire Bowen pitches the ball up, one there by Griffiths. Once again, heavy around the pack. Roosters gets it back here to Clinton, who had a very good first quarter. Looks for a teammate. Handball is deflected, ground level, locked up there.
Dylan Rowe, Tomia.
So, ball up once again. One by Griffiths over the top, cleverly taken there. Good handball.
Here he is.
By Carvelick. Puts the ball forward, bouncing ball. Will it sit here for Ashby? Mason Ashby. That means weird, but in the meantime, the whistle's gone. And the umpire's called it last touch, perhaps out of bounds. So result
Pressure.
free kick.
Dylan Roy pressure running hot, I reckon.
Go to the Bruce. So they put it back. Target there. Clinton got his hand to the ball, brought it to ground. Here's Wesley. Able to get rid of the ball back to Griffiths. In turn, gives it back to Pearson. Pearson goes long towards half forward. Chipping in there to Roosters, big man Mitchell Carter. Ball comes to ground. There's a chance now. They got a free man over the top here. Socket forward, the foot race is on.
Oh, hello.
I think it's Pearson who's run all the way down from the wing. Gets
Well
it across
done.
the teammate. He'll kick the ball. That'll be Markwick, but take a bow. Setting up was Josh Pearson.
Yep, team play there. That's a bit of an AHLG as Adelaide Hills Lawn and Garden and Littlehampton Landscape and Firewood memorable moment. Great work there by the Brookers. Birdwood doing nicely, pushing up the hill with plenty of pressure. Got a goal, but all-important goal there as we slow it down. Handball inboard. Thanks for coming. Run in, opening goal for the second quarter for Kersbrook. So very important goal for them. We're back in the middle. Australian Paving Centre, APC, easy as 1, 2, 3 midfield matchups. On the hard courts, Adelaide Hills and Mount Barker Ford scoreboard, it's Kersbrook 20, Birdwood 8 points, 10 minutes gone. In the second quarter, who's going to win the clearance here? The Rucks go at it. Griffith, nicely done, beautiful stuff. Almost a clean takeaway out of the middle there by Burge. Umpire says I'll have it. Smack bang in the middle of JMS Rural Oval. There is Dylan Roll on the screen just for his defensive pressure to start the second quarter. It's very good, and we'll see how he goes here around the contest. Both Rucks go at it once again, flicked on. And another clever tackle from Birdwood. So, doing really in this, Pistols. Probably need another one and then just stop Kersbrook.
Absolutely. So Griffiths unopposed, got it down to Vines, gets his hands clear. Tackle there was Wesley. Ball out the back here. Heavy body work there, the cricket pitch area. Bursting his way through there was Ben Partridge. Stacks on the middle, also getting assistance there from Blake Mudge. So umpire Bowen says, my ball, boys. So he will come in and ball up again. So Clinton and Griffiths do battle. Clinton gets it down.
Here he is.
Rowe just charges through, wheels the ball forward.
He's fantastic.
First to get there be Houghton. He goes to ground. Quick hands there, comes back to Haylock. Gets out wide. Gave his teammate a little bit of Mercs.
You can see how Jared Jones and him would just be a really dangerous option in the midfield for Birdwood this season.
Just bodies crashing in, Benny. You're quite right there. So once again, Haylock tried to fist it forward.
Here he is
Comes
again.
back here to Rowe on cue. Round the corner. Wanted a favourable bounce, but not on this occasion. But Birdwood.
I like their intensity.
Interesting, boys. We've played almost 40 minutes of football and not a goal scored down the scoreboard end, down the slope.
Oh, we got one.
One.
The run in. The last
Yes, we
one.
have two. I forgot to
That's
mark
right.
it down. My apologies.
We've had one in that period.
But excited didn't put it down.
Yep, half forward line here for Kersbrook. Oh, they're on here. Burge can run and kick the ball to the half forward line. Cass off hands, cleverly socket off. Here's the man Gardner. Can he work his magic? He's just waiting for the crumbs to spill out here. That's a great tackle. Holds the ball inside attacking 50. We'll just get that player, and it's that man Bailey Wake. What are they doing down there? Gardner and Wake down there. Can they work their magic here from the stoppage as a duo?
Would you call them drifting defenders, Benny?
Yeah.
Can't
Can't wait to kick a goal. Wake! Oh, almost. That would have been a real contender for Snagger today, thanks to Lowe's Meat Co. Jaden, it's starting to heat up in the kitchen.
Yeah, it is a bit. 16 kicks to 15, so pretty even, and 12 handballs to 11, and 6 inside forward 50s to 4. All those stats in favour of Kersbrook.
Of course, Print Wrap and Pack bringing you the stats there.
We almost needed Jaden to go to the brown belt to pick the last time Bailey Wake kicked the goal in the game. Here's that man Rowe at the moment. It shrugs off the tackle, gets across to Clinton. Those two have been very busy for the Roosters. Nurses up the wing. Will it sit for Newman coming to meet it strongly there was Marshall White. Finally comes out here. Miller, he's having a good game, gets it back. He was grabbed onto there. Umpire didn't see it. Miller with the shrug off, go back to his teammate who probably didn't really want it as he's set upon by a couple of blue jumpers.
Good intensity.
Goes to ground level, and that, of course, was Mason Ashby there. But as you said, great intensity in this game.
Well done. Yep.
Six versus third. But I tell you what, it's like a top four clash at the moment. Fisted forward here. Good chain of handballs. Mudge getting involved. Got across to Ashby. Tries to soccer it forward. Grabbed here. Ball spills out. They are going down there was Partridge. Was he taken high? Yes, he was, says umpire Tommy McLean. So Benny Partridge with the free kick.
Like his start to the game. He goes with a short pass. Good build up here by the Roosters. It's patient. So Malloy, first game since round 1, 4th year. I'm guessing he's the son of the coach. Kick inside 50, but chopped off there in defence. Is this Pearson? Kick out of defence. What a great engine Bailey Wake has. Coach of the year last year in juniors. Finds Wesley. If he can just clean up the disposal a little bit here, he's well on track for most effective player. Of course, that's Jaden J. Hill's selection. And here's Powell. So 2 sons of guns linking up nicely.
So Powell, Benny nurses it forward. There's Gardner at the back of the pack. Here's that man, Rowe, knocking up, getting the kicks, defensive half. Comes back here, guards with the old pillaret in the air, turning back the clock there.
Beautiful.
Getting involved there also was Sadler. Forces the ball over the boundary line.
Just a mention of our sponsors once again. Harcourt's Adelaide Hills, Mel Barker Forward, Print Wrap Pack, Lowe's Meat Co, Lancaster's Property Services, The Courier, Adelaide Hills Lawn and Garden, Wilhampton Landscape and Firewood. I'll get to the rest shortly as the boundary throw in inside attacking 50. Almost trying to get the kick away there, and that's holding the ball was Andy Vines. He had a good first quarter. Here's Trevor Waldfield. Refuel Wellness, Painted Wine Barrels and Signs, Explorer Caravans, Mortgage Choice Adelaide Hills Australian Paving Centre. We've got a few additions which we'll get to shortly who came on board this week. Drifting across there was Brady Haylock, the vice captain, HFL rep. Long kick inside attacking 50. Gardner's down there. Started in defence in the first term. And it's going to be held up here as Wesley tries to drive his way forward. On board today, thanks very much, Hills Collide, fantastic stuff, 24 Fit and JMS Rural and Colour Fast Painters. Good stuff.
Good battle down there at the moment with the defender for Birdwood and Jordan Sadler and of course Gardner. 2 strong competitors. Meanwhile, shot at goals looks like it has snapped in for a minor score for the Brookers. So they go to 3-4. Birdwood camped on 1-3. But good contest here at the moment. Might be chilly conditions, but still pretty warm out there in the field as far as
and don't go
the
anywhere.
Contest.
Half-time Pistol's going to have a chat to Brendan Leckel, president of Birdwood, after our sponsorship messages play out.
So Partridge, his kick is smothered. Ball deviates here. Here's Vines. Tried the old don't argue.
Great work, Birdwood.
Well done here by Jones backing up. So Birdwood in the clear, puts it up here.
Beautiful stuff.
On its the lead, taken it by Aspie. Turns on the left towards the centre. Lets himself down with a kick coming to meet it. Well gathered there. I think it was Pittman. Pittman puts it back towards where here's Jones again. Probably could have ended up marking the ball in the end. Takes it to ground though. Stacks on the mill.
Great link-up play there from Birdwood. Just the finish was let them down. But they're certainly right in this contest. Number of players out for them, giving it a red-hot crack as you'd expect. Always do. Kersbrook 22, Birdwood 9 points on the Adelaide Hills lawn, on the Mount Barker Ford, and of course the Harcourt's Adelaide Hills scoreboard. I'll get that out eventually as the ball goes forward, off hands. Here's a chance for the last player who kicked the ball inside 50. Ashby off hands. Good work here by the Brookers in defence. No, hold it up, but it's in a dangerous position here for Birdwood, looking to kick their second of the term.
I think when you look at it, Benny, because Kangaroo the only unbeaten side in the competition, and Achunga, my apologies
they
again.
Today.
After today. But Birdwood certainly pushed him in round 1, so the Roosters certainly capable. Comes back to Jones. Blind step around the invisible man, gets it back here.
Good pressure.
To Kavalek, gets it back to Clinton. Clinton, unusual looking action for a right foot kick in the centre of the ground. Socketed it forward there for the agency of Mark Wick.
Cass.
Gabbed there by Cass, bounces off. Well gathered by Birdwood. Strength in numbers here. Ball comes out the back, a string of handballs. Having to wait for it. Clinton. Handball over the top.
Good work,
Probably
House.
set the team man up there. Ground level battling there is Brady Hoppo. Ex-Barossa Districts boy. Guessing his
free kick for Pounce
second year.
Gets it on quickly to Bailey Wake. Just managed to get a kick away. Inside 50. Gardner's there. Great work by Birdwood once again. Burge attacking the footy. Holds the ball up inside attacking 50 here for Kersbrook. Ball pops out. Here's Wake once again. So the defenders are turned forward in this quarter for Kersbrook. Looks like Wesley's deep in attack too on the goal line. 3-4 to 1-3.
So great tackling effort there by Karlovic for the Roosters. They certainly, you said, come with
Kersbrook.
plenty of intent in this game.
Gardner.
And your man, Matty Gardner, the Angels, Matt Gardner.
Caught one in the chops.
So had a chat with him pre-match. Benny?
Yep. We'll upload that during the week.
What was the insight from the veteran?
Oh, he's loving it.
Did you ask him a question how many more years he's got? He's got timeless, you'd suggest.
Yeah, he'll just be here for a long time, Kim Beer style, I believe. Yeah.
Maybe he's chasing Pearcey's record of 1 million games. So, Gardner, opportunity. Yet to get in the goal kickers because he's been playing mainly at the other end of the ground. He'll love this. But typical defensive kick as he's played it wide. So 1 goal for the Brookers have added this quarter to 1-1. Good game of footy here on the Call to Wild through HFL Media. Trust you're enjoying our global stream. Tell us where you're watching it and how you think things are going.
Call to Wild Facebook page, Hills Football League Facebook page, and HFL Media YouTube channel up and running there. A few issues in the first quarter, but all smooth sailing now. Just a bit of inclement conditions, but signal's fine. So as the ball is kicked in there for Birdwood, who have been right in this contest, largely due to that man, row your boat. Ball's kicked out. I think it was Partridge getting the kick out. They've got players at ground level here who can run and carry the ball. Clinton, the old 1-2, turns on the afterburners.
Miller.
Kick forward.
Oh!
Fantastic mark. Jordan Miller, sorry. Got carried away there.
Cam Bradley certainly given him something. As we said, been out of football for a long time. Had a kick in the B's and, put his hand up, Benny, to come and bolster the depleted squad and sort of kick the goal. The only one for him.
That's an AHLG and Littlehampton Landscape and Firewood memorable moment, that mark. We'll get to Jaden J. Hill shortly after this kick.
So Cam Bradley here.
Well, if he kicks this, he's running hot.
There he is.
Cam Bradley.
I tell you what, he's well attired for the conditions out here because it's not getting any warmer. I think even the Brass Monkeys have hopped in the car, Benny. So, opportunity here.
He'd love to run hut, I'm sure, with him warming up.
Bradley leans back on the kick. That's as straight as a die.
I tell you what, his celebrations are running hot as well, thanks to JMS Rural, the double Cobra. Jaden J. Hill unpacked the stats thanks to Print Wrap and Pack.
Yeah, well done to Birdwood there. I tell you what, their forward press is quite unbelievable at the moment, and the way they get it from half forward inside forward 50 is really impressive at the moment. So 30 kicks to 25 in favour of Birdwood. Inside 50 is 9-9, so level.
Well, that's it.
At the moment, and marks 8-7 in favour of Kersbrook there. So yeah, the inside 50 count was 9-8 in favour of Kersbrook, but because of that goal, it's level.
So the score now is 15-23. 15-23 on the JMS, thanks to JMS Rural. Of course, Adelaide Hills, Harcourt's Adelaide Hills Mabaka Ford scoreboard there. And the Roosters starting to run hot here as they kick the ball forward. Here's that man once again, Geordie Miller. He's having a great quarter. Long, strong. Bradley. Oh, just dropped one. The real sitter there. Pistols off the chest, but opens it up here, and that's holding the ball. Nope, not Page. Snap round the corner. And it's now in a dangerous position here for Kersbrook's defence.
Pearson with the ball. This way, that way. Gets onto the right, puts up the wing area. Spilled off there, taken off hands. Cleared there by Josh Pearson. Oh, here's our man Rowe once again. He's got support out there, but the Brookers, strength in numbers. Here's Vines, this way, that way. Bit undecided, finally gets boot. The ball puts it up towards Cass. Tried to actually half volley it. Ball eludes him out over the right boundary line. So, opportunity just missed there. But certainly exciting. And tell you, if you're a Roosters fan, you'd be pretty impressed. A depleted side, they certainly can't knock their endeavour this afternoon here, Benny.
Yep, JMS Rural running hot. Cam Bradley with his goal celebrations. He's kicked 2 in this quarter so far. So he's up and about. Looks like he's got just ringing his right hand there after dropping that chest mark. But he's looking to likely type up the Roosters scoring in, and they desperately need a key forward at the moment, and he's certainly delivering. Looks like we've got a player injury here. Pearson coming off the ground, so refuel wellness injury report, and maybe a collarbone here, Pistols, for Pearson as he comes off the ground. Josh Pearson.
Yeah, who set up that last goal for him through Mark Wick. So we'll watch that one. The Brookers So, ball comes back here. Quick kick away at the defence for the Roosters out towards Rowe. Tries to backhand it forward. Arriving there was Howardson, just buries his way through. Ball comes back here to the other Pearson. He's still on the ground. Gets it out wide here to Wake. Bailey Wake hemmed in next to the boundary line. Puts it towards the forward pocket area. Getting back there and taking a very good mark. I think it was Sadler holding his ground. So, goes long. Got a lead up here at teammate Powers. He's got support there from Vines. This way, that way. Handballs across here, gives it to Burge, goes one step, bang. And I tell you what, that's a very good finish by Dylan Burge.
Needed that one, as you can see there. Pearson just off the ground at the moment. Looked like a bit of a shoulder or collarbone injury. Left. Jaden J. Hill, unpack the stats. Thanks to Print Wrap and Pat.
Yeah, thanks Goldie. So 34 kicks to 31 in favour of Birdwood at the moment. And yeah, handballs 29 to 19 in favour of Birdwood as well. So tell you what, Birdwood are handballing the ball quite often at the moment, just the way they're playing the game. But yeah, good little 2-minute period here by Kersbrook.
So back in the middle, Australian Paving Centre, APC, easy as 1, 2, 3. Midfield matchups, AustralianPaving.com. Let's see who gets the all-important break here, as you see the Kersbrook interchange bench. I think Pearson has just gone into the dugout there, so we'll keep our eyes on him because he's an important player in his Kersbrook lineup. Looks like we've got a ruck change here. Youngster for the Brookers is in there, up against the experienced campaigner and Trevor Walfield. So Kersbrook answering the Roosters at the moment, but it's been a fantastic start to this contest. Off hands, Jones got a runner outside, opts to go himself with a short pass towards the half-forward line. Great pickup. That's Chris. Ashby wheels onto the left boot, kick inside. Oh, what a ripping attempt that was. Serious hang time. Not quite grasping it there. How's about that ride?
Young man and Josh McCard doing the rucking duties here.
Oh, yep.
Benny's first year in seniors. Yep, first year in seniors. So McCard actually wins this one down. Held off the ball there, could have been Burge. He's the multiple goal kicker, the only one on the ground at the moment with Bradley.
Would have had plenty of great ruckmen over the time, Kersbrook.
Absolutely. So there's the young man wins this one down again. Going to ground there was Grantham.
Quick on the whistle. Let's get it underway again.
So umpire Bowen puts it up. Ball over the back, lurking there was Jonas. Ball kicks forward. Here's Powerside, traps the ball. Coughs it up again. Taken by Newman. I spins out of trouble. Gives it back to Partridge. Partridge gives it to Ashby. Ashby could have gone to Jonas. Elected to go with the boot. Goes out wide. Here's Miller lurking. Pearson's got a bit of work to do. He's got two to battle there. One in Liam Weaver. Weaver comes back. Here's the body work. Taken there by Howardson. Weaver with the handball close to the line. And last touch has been paid. So it'll be Howardson. James Howardson with the free kick.
Yep, works the ball out the outer side, but it's chopped off there. Good mark. Birdwood 15, Kersbrook 29 on the Harcourts Adelaide Hills Malbarka forward scoreboard. It's been a good contest so far. Who's going to open up late? Jones. He's got a player on in the pocket,
Bradley.
and it's that man, Bradley. I just couldn't quite grab that one again. As Pittman works the ball out of the fence, opens it up into the middle of the ground. It's going to be a 2-on-1 situation. A good tackle.
Perhaps Bradley a little bit rusty. As I said, been out of footy for a while.
Oh, that's a good quarter of footy. All right, well, we might just go straight to Tommy and now for some sponsorship announcements because we've got an interview coming up at half-time. So at half-time, game on, 14 points to the margin.
Holding from the Harndorf Footy Club, and you are tuned into the Call of the Wild, Hills Footy Live.
G'day, this is Chad Dorr, 400 gamer from Meadows, and you're with the vibe of Hills Footy here live and free for all on the Call of the Wild through HFL Media.
Hi, it's James from HLG. You're watching Call of the Wild live Hills Football League. Go Meadows.
Hi, Dave Murphy here from Adelaide Hills Lawns and Gardens and from the Malbarka Footy Club. Go Roos.
Mark Stokes here from Painted Wine Barrels and Signs. Find me on Facebook and Instagram for all your wine barrels, drums, corflute signs, signage needs. Give us a get in contact.
Hi, it's John here from Littlehampton Landscape and Firewood. We have all your landscaping supplies. We have our premium firewood from our red gums to our blue gum to our mallee root. Come down and see us. We're just behind Littlehampton Clay Bricks and Pavers.
So tune in, buckle up. Now it's time to back your side. When lose or draw, it's that time for the Hills Footy Ride.
Hi, I'm Jared Tate and I'm from AHLG. AHLG is all about making life better, one outdoor space at a time. From landscape design to high-end landscape construction and all your lawn and garden maintenance needs. We're based in the Adelaide Hills and we've got you covered.
So tune in, buckle up. Now it's time to back your side. When lose or draw, it's that time for the Hills Footy Ride.
I'm Trent Shawland, Principal of Harcourts Adelaide Hills. So I've been running the business now for 25 years. We obviously specialise in residential sales and rural sales, property management, and we do some commercial work as well. It's a family owned and family run business. Both my children, Harry and Georgia, and my wife Kim are in the business as well. Long-standing business that we're very, very proud of. For Kim and I, it's been all about what we can put back into the community as well. So the sport and local events have been something we've really focused heavily on to make sure that we are putting back into our local Adelaide Hills community. We've got two offices. One's in Mount Barker, 58 Gawler Street, and the second one here at Stirling is 8 to 12 Mount Barker Road, Stirling.
Mount Barker Ford is located just Totnes here on Mount Barker Road. We're owned by a gentleman by the name of Peter Thomas, who his veins are rich with football and rich with community, and he's always been based around the idea that everything you do in business should be based around how you can support the community. At the end of the day, I don't expect people to always come and see us, but ultimately we're a business who thrive in supporting the community, and from our perspective we look forward to the community supporting us, and it doesn't matter whether it be the Call of the Wild, the HFL. We're involved in a lot of other community events throughout the hills, and that's why I like being involved with sport, because I think that brings everyone together at different times and different requirements.
Hi, it's Billy Trump from AHLG and you're watching the Call of the Wild Hills Football League live.
Hi, I'm Joshua Hone from the Sturt Football Club. You're here at Australian Paving Centre in Mount Barker and you're tuning in to Call of the Wild Hills Footy Live.
Sam McTaggart here from Mount Lofty Devils and you're tuning into the Hills Footy.
Lockie Murphy from AHLG here. You're watching Call of the Wild. Go Roos.
Welcome back. Jeff Pistola with you at a rather chilly Birdwood Oval, but it always warms the cockles of our heart when we get to chat with this man, the erstwhile president of Birdwood Football Club, Brendan Leckel. Brendan, thanks for your time, mate.
No worries, Pistols.
Good, and first you've got to be impressed with the boys at the moment. Only 14 points in it, but coming in with a depleted side, a few late withdrawals, and racked with injury over the first 4 rounds, but certainly having a dip today against one of the favoured teams.
Yeah, we're battling away. We are. There's some, obviously the weather brings the game back a little bit, but we are actually going, pretty well. We're sort of, you can see what we're trying to do. We can see what Kersbrook are trying to do, and it's just a bit of an arm wrestle at the moment. But yeah, no, we're wrapped with our endeavour. Yeah.
Fantastic. Because big day today. Actually, got to admit to you, I actually was here at the 1965 grand final because my brother, 18 years old, was playing for Stirling against Birdwood. I don't know how they got to play the grand final Birdwood on their own ground, but that's another story in the old Torrens Valley. And he's actually learned his ruck craft because that day was opposed to a wily old bloke called Vern Mueller. But I remember that day. I was 9 years old here, mate, so I'm showing my age.
You are. Yeah, well, 65 premiership reunion today, 75 A and B, and 25 B grade. 2005 B grade as well. So yeah, some good reunions there, and it's coming back playing on your home ground for grand finals, isn't it? Because we've gone into the roster system. So Hills HFL have come up with a good idea. Yeah. So we could be doing that, in the future as well.
Now, good community support, as you said, reunion days. It's always good to see the past players, but also community businesses, and it's really great to see community businesses like JMS Rural getting involved because naming rights sponsors here, and it's also been good enough to come on board with the Call of the Wild as a sponsor as well.
Yeah, Jared's great. Obviously, he's trying to increase his exposure out this way and into the hills. They're a Barossa-based company. Rural fencing and things like that, so he's trying to increase his exposure out here and we're trying to help him, so everything we can do to help Jared out. But yeah, obviously Oval naming rights sponsor is massive for us. Like I've said numerous times, when you're a small club, any financial help you can get is just fantastic, so it keeps us going. So yeah, we welcome Jared on board, and yeah, he's just been great for us.
Now, talking about small clubs, of course, Birdwood, just how the club's going at the moment. Not without juniors once again, which I find is a bit amazing. Got the just down the main street here, got the high school, but no juniors for a couple of seasons now. How you find that affecting the club? What happens to the juniors that you have got?
Yeah, so we got some older age under 14s playing at Lobethal at the moment, and we've got some younger age under 14s playing at Torrens Valley. So we are hoping that we can get that team back up and running. I think our under 11s at the moment, I think we've got 5 or 6 or 7 coming up from there. Whether they skip 12s and go to 14s or something. So yeah, we're certainly working on it, but it's just every club faces it over time. The high school's a bit of one of those things that everyone thinks because you've got a high school, but you punch on at the high school. You don't come and play for just because you go to school at Birdwood, you don't come and play for the footy club. We got Loby there, we got Torrens Valley there, we got Kersbrook there, we got Gumaraka there, we got Barossa there, kids from One Tree Hill. Kids from Anguston, Newry, all coming to Birdwood, but that doesn't mean they come play footy for you. So yeah.
But over the past, you look back over the past decade, and Birdwood's synonymous with winning junior premierships, and it just seems funny. Well, how does it affect your game day? Because obviously you have the 2 senior sides playing, but in the mornings, as your gate takings down or your minutes fees are down.
Oh yeah, it certainly impacts. More so, like you say, your volunteers. You miss those parents of those kids. You miss the kids running the boundary. You miss the kids in the scoreboard. You miss the parents helping in the canteen, that sort of thing. But yeah, like it's like I think all 4 northern clubs, Gumaraka, Kersbrook are going well. Torrens Valley got some kids. Like it's just our turn. Like we've had them in the past, and Torrens Valley or Kersbrook haven't. Now Kersbrook are back with great numbers. Torrens Valley got some numbers, and it's our turn to not have numbers. But it's just you like to think it's cyclical, but I think even the big clubs are struggling with numbers when you look at what's not around anymore. I think you go to the Div 1, some of the bigger clubs there, and they're struggling with numbers as well. So
now, the future of football out here in the northern area of the league, how do you see it? Because we've said a few clubs struggling with junior and numbers. How do you see it? Because there's a few channels suggesting that it might be a super club formed out here. As a president of a club that has been tipped to be involved, could you throw any light on that? Look us down the barrel there and just tell us any thoughts on that?
Oh, I think maybe in the future there's a northern football club as a Colts if we got together. I think it'd be very hard to get a senior clubs across. I think we all have members. We're all answerable to our members. I can't speak for other clubs, but I'm pretty sure if you broached with Gummaraka, Kersbrook, Torrens Valley members, obviously we did have a look at a merger with Torrens Valley going back a few years, and you know, we didn't get as far as voting on it or doing anything like that, but Torrens Valley members voted or got together and decided to stay as their own. So, you know, it was, I think as senior clubs, everyone's going to fight to maintain their identity. I think if we could get together maybe as junior clubs and have a pathway forward, so you can have moddies in Torrens Valley, moddies in Gum, moddies in Birdwood, but then if we got together to form a senior, like a under 14s or 17s, a sustainable group and a model that kept going forward, I would be all for those discussions for sure. Because I think then, you know, parents know this is where your kids go, and then once you've passed the 14s and 17s age group, you go back to the club where you're registered as moddies and things like that. So I think that's a model that could work. But again, there's a lot of water to go under a bridge there first.
I know you did it pretty successfully a couple of years ago with Gummaraka, and you had the composite jumper and everything, half black and white, half red and white. Yep. So it can be done, as you said, and it's all about getting kids out playing footy, isn't it?
It is, and if you think of the kids first, the kids don't care. They don't. They're not. The parents care, and that's fair, and I understand that. But kids, they're not synonymous with the jumper at the age of 14 yet. You know, they're proud of the club they play moddies for, and we're proud of the moddies that wear red and white, and Torrens Valley are proud, and Gum are proud, and Kersbrook are proud. But if you get then to a sustainable model where you join after that, yeah, I think that could work. But it's there's a lot of water to go on the bridge, like I said.
And overall, as we said, perhaps not the start of the season that you would have liked in the senior side of things because of with injuries and stuff there. But all you can say is some young men getting some A-grade experience out there at the moment and having a real crack, which as a president and as the coach and even the supporters and the old-timer premiership players here, that's all they could ask for, and they're having a good crack here this afternoon.
Yeah, and I mean, it happens to other clubs. It's just our turn at the moment. Like, we're up to, I think we've played 33 in the A grade already. Yes. We're in round 4, and we've played 55 in the B grade. You know, now, you know, that's...
The president does have to bring the boots each week now, does he?
Well, the president nearly had to line up in the forward pocket in the Bs the other week, but that's all right. It's just our turn. Like, you know, there's no reason, there's no rhyme. It just happens. Hopefully we'll get a few more back next week and get a few more back the week. Nothing is really long term except young Lockie Parkin broken ankle at training.
Yeah,
so at training. So you just get these things sometimes. I don't know why. But yeah,
I heard bring the mouth guards to training, but that's ridiculous.
No, we're going to spas and saunas for the next 6 weeks. President's status said that, so that's what we're doing. So yeah,
fantastic. All right, Barchie, always great to catch up with you, and once again, thank you very much for the hospitality of the Birdwood Football Club. We love coming out here and for your assistance and everything, and all the best for the rest of the season. We'll let you get back. No doubt the stories will be getting really long now with the Premiership heroes later in the day.
They're going pretty well. They haven't come out of the club rooms for the last day. We gave them a free feed, so of course they're all in there eating free food, but they'll be out for the second half, so that's great. Thanks, Bissell. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Call to Wild half time. Our special guest has been Brenton Leckle from the Birdwood Football Club. Back with more shortly.
back. JMS Rural Oval here in Birdwood. And on the Harcourts Adelaide Hills Malbarka Ford scoreboard, game on, Kersbrook 4-5. Birdwood 2 goals 3. Goal kickers in the opening half. Burge and Vine for Kersbrook in the first quarter. And even second term, Bradley lit it up. Kicked a couple of goals for Birdwood, and Markwick and Burge were goal kickers for the Brookers. So, who's going to come out on top? Birdwood looking for their first win for the season. Australian Paving Centre, APC, easy as 1, 2, 3 midfield matchups. AustralianPaving.com. Let's see who gets the opening break here from the midfield. Back in the ruck is Griffith. Trevor Wolfield in there for Birdwood as well. So both rucks will get us underway here to start the third term. Wesley had a good opening half. He gets the immediate ball out to Burge. Burge kicks the ball to half forward. Gardner flying high. AHLG, Littlehampton Landscape and Firewood, memorable moment there from Gardner. Swung forward after quarter time, kicks the ball long, strong inside attacking 50, Cass is the target. And the past Onkers player holds the ball up, and it's gone out of bounds. In fact, so it'll be a boundary throw in just around from the left point post. And we're ticking just towards the opening minute here in the third term. Very important quarter for Birdwood.
Just around the ground, Benny. Half-time score, Chunga 12-4, leading Kangaroo at 6-5. And half-time, Mount Barker have a 4-goal lead over Nairne-Bremer.
So, all-important first goal. Who's going to win out? We haven't really had any low snag of the day contenders so far. But obviously our man Jaden will be presenting that after the match. Gardner sliding in. Great start to him for the third term. Started the match beautifully in defence. Ball pops out around the contest once again near the cricket pitch area, and it's going to be held up about 65 metres out from Kersbrook's goal, kicking up the hill.
Zyden Merckx getting involved there for Kersbrook as he picked himself off the ground. So ball comes down here to Wofill. He's beset by blue jumpers.
I'll mention our sponsors shortly again too.
So once again, umpire Bowen puts it up. Wofill gets it down here. Ball fed out here. Chain of hand, ball's out wide here. Here's Vines. Swings, puts the ball forward, looking for Cass. I used his body well to get rid of Carter. Body work there, handball's out to Pouse, this way, that way. Gets it back round the corner, it'll be Markwick.
Oh, that's a snag of the day
And
contender.
I tell you what, Markwick with his second
Yep.
opens the scoring in the second half.
That's a low snag of the day contender. Great stuff. Okay, Call of the Wild sponsors. Harcourts Adelaide Hills. Mount Barker Ford. Print Rat Pack. Lowe's Meat Co. Lancaster's Property Services. The Courier. Adelaide Hills Lawn and Garden. Littlehampton Landscape and Firewood. Refuel Wellness. Painted Wine Barrels and Signs. Explorer Caravans. Mortgage Choice Adelaide Hills. Australian Paving Centre. And coming on board, thanks very much, Hills Collide. Jaden outlined before, fantastic. 24 Fit, JMS Rural, and Colour Fast Painters. So back in the middle, APC easy as 1, 2, 3. AustralianPaving.com midfield matchup. Dylan Rowe was wrapped up in the tackle. Good, a little bit of push and shove here. Oh, he's given away a free kick. Brookers have come out with intent here.
Howardson, yeah.
That's for sure. They were very excited about that free kick as the ball was kicked inside 50. Gardner's the target. Oh no, sorry, not Gardner. It's a look-alike Markwick. Bailey Waite putting the pressure on. Good to see his dad here today. And it's going to be held up half forward line for the Brookers. So a good start for them. Birdwood just got to keep cracking in here.
No doubt Coach Kane Powers during half-time, but he might have issued a few home truths. And that's the talent they got against a depleted Birdwood side just to lift the ante a bit. So as you said, they've come out very aggressive here. So ball comes down here, ground level Griffiths, gets out to Wesley. Oh, great work. The workhorse once again at Wofill at ground level.
Of course, HFL sponsors Work Locker, Sports Power and the Courier. So thanks very much to them too.
So Ruckjewel. Griffiths over the top, clever to Wesley. He's collared by about 3 or 4 Roosters, goes to ground. So still that intent there from the Roosters, but you just get the feeling if Kersbrook can slip free, a free-flying side, as goals might start to build up a bit more. Here's Griffiths at ground level, hands and knee stuff, also with his counterpart in Wofill. The two big men working at ground level. So umpire Tommy McLean will come and ball it up here on the Call of the Wild, coming to you from HFL Media. Trust you enjoy our worldwide stream.
So here's a chance for the Brookers
Ah,
once again. Beautiful
Vines.
hand from Vines to
Burge.
Burge, who has a flying shot at goal and it's gone through for a minor score. So we'll unpack the stats thanks to Print Rapid Pack. Jaden J. Hill for the first time in the second half.
Yeah, so thanks Goldie, 5 kicks to 2 in favour of Kersbrook, 5 inside 50s as well in favour of the Brookers. Birdwood yet to get to their forward zone as well, and Birdwood are looking for their first win here against Kersbrook since 2022.
Rowe just trying to bullock his way through to tackle there of a couple of Brookers, being Curley and Cass. So little draw. So taken by Vines, did the ruck work to kick the flex, taken here by Malloy, puts it long towards the centre of the ground, bouncing ball. Aha, good work by Bevington, gets it to a teammate. The run there of Mudge, puts it forward. The mark taken in the forward pocket area for the Roosters.
I reckon we got a first look at a dog here, Pistols, for the afternoon.
Dog of the day. There we are, the dog of the day. Border Collie, I'd reckon.
Jasper's friend.
Might be a Collingwood dog by the looks of it.
Yeah.
So, long shot by Ashby, puts towards the top of the square. It loves that. I tell you what, that could be a good answer, and that could be a contender.
Is the dog up and about? I reckon he'd be excited about that, or she would be excited about that goal. And great goal there by the Roosters. Jaden, unpack the stats thanks to Print Rapid Pack. Good answer by the Roosters.
Yeah, first inside 50 and first goal for the term. So well done to the Roosters. Just like I said before, so round 15 2022 is the last time Birdwood defeated Kersbrook here. And the players that are playing today from that win are Jordan Miller, Jordan Sadler, Ben Partridge and Dylan Jones.
JMS Rural Oval here in Birdwood. So back in the middle, thanks to APC. Easy as 1, 2, 3. And let's have a look at the weather forecast, thanks to Hills Collide.
Light rain, 11 degrees, Benny.
Light rain, 11 degrees. Fantastic stuff. Birdwood answering the challenge. Kicks the ball forward. Off hands. Pittman throws the ball on the boot. Inside out, Torp. Cricket pitch area. Nice work there. Haven't noticed if Pearson's come back on the ground. Number 7 for Kersbrook. He came off in that second term with looked like a collarbone injury. So 7 minutes gone. 15 points to margin. No real change in the scoreboard since half time. Goal apiece.
So ball down, tracking it nicely. Burge overruns it. Comes back there to Wesley. He was grabbed without the ball, but and infringed too high. So Wesley had a very good first half. First quarter particularly. Goes long towards the flank area. Here's Gardner's the target. Puts up the Dukes. Spills the ball. Getting involved there also is Josh Pearson. So umpire Tommy McLean comes and balls up right in front of the dream maker here, half forward flank area towards the top end of JMS Birdwood Oval. Comes down to Howitts and tries to perk his way through. A nil-all draw as he's wrapped up in the tackle by Brady Hoppo. And umpire Tommy McLean will come and repeat his actions.
Haven't noticed for anyone really running hot yet. Oh, hang on, someone's copped one in the eye there.
Rifle.
Trev, he's all right. Slowly going to his feet, or maybe it's a lower blow. I think it's a lower blow there to Trev. There's a ball squeezed out there to Wesley. So, Tyler Wesley. Short pass over the top to Andy Vines. This would be a real snag of the day contender if he can squeeze this one from the pocket. The dog has perfect position here. It's actually making its way around here.
4 goals for the season, Benny.
Andy Vines with a shot. I think he has a Mario tattoo, if I remember correctly. As he has a shot for goal.
What?
Oh, that's a snag of the day, thanks to Lowe's Meat Co. He says, this is my pocket, Jaden J. Hill.
Yeah, well done to Andy Vines. So yeah, 13 kicks to 7 in favour of Kersbrook at the moment. Probably the best kick of the quarter, that's for sure. And then inside 50s is 7-2 in favour of the Brookers as well. So yeah, starting to gain some ascendancy here against the gallant Roosters.
Snag of the day contender, Andy Vines. Yep. Brilliant. Matty Gardner said that was sensational.
So Kersbrook led by 11 points quarter time, 14 points at half time. They've stretched to 21 points now, double to score, 42-21. As we said, 9 minutes about to tick over, third term. Just starting to get a mini break against the tenacious Roosters here, or dare I say plucky Roosters, Benny.
Yeah.
So back in the middle, Griffiths, Thumps the ball forward. Coming to meet will be Gardner. Oh, big clash there as he ran straight over the top of Mudge.
That's a slap. Wow, bang.
So just shows the intent of both sides here this afternoon. No quarter given or asked for. So once again, slap forward. Comes down here. Mudge got it to a teammate, clearing kick forward. Off the chance here, Partridge in the centre of the ground. Here's Newman. Newman gets it across here to Jonas. Tommy Jonas lifts the eyes, puts it forward towards the lead of a teammate off hands there.
Good work.
Cavalry rides for Haylock for Kersbrook. He's wrapped up in a tackle.
That was great second effort.
Spills the
third
ball.
effort.
Yeah. Great defensive work at both ends of the ground.
Unlucky. Probably should have got a free kick out of that, Ashby. Good presenting, and then the first tackle and then the second tackle. All right. Roosters. Been really competitive. Still hanging in there. Rowe works the ball out. Chain of hand passes. Snap round the corner. Dangerous position. Relieving mark in defence. Taken there by Carter Baker. Teenager. First year at the club from Port District. Out towards the wing, and Ben Pouse, son of the coach. Short pass. Gardner. He's been good. Kicks the ball beautifully to Andy Vines. He's starting to light it up here. The Catfish, short pass over the top, end-to-end footy, champagne stuff from the Brookers as Ethan Cass takes an uncontested chest mark.
Yeah, great transition there, Benny. As you said, coast to coast by the Brookers, and as I said before, once they get out in the open space, they just show how dangerous they can be. So precision work there to take the ball end-to-end. So Cass with the opportunity here to kick his first of the afternoon.
This will be 2 goals in 2 minutes for Kersbrook.
As I said, kicking off a bag of 8 last week. This is his best kick of the afternoon so far.
Oh, shark fin. Up and about, running hot. Kersbrook, 2 goals in 2 minutes. Jaden.
Yeah, so well done to Kersbrook. Cass actually played some juniors at Mount Lofty Pistols as well before going to the Bulldogs. So 17 kicks to the Brookers here. Just a breakdown in defence there from Birdwood. And like you said, Pistols, it was great, smooth transition by Kersbrook. 8 marks to 2 and taking some valuable marks inside 50 in the last couple of minutes as well.
So back in the middle, Australian Paving Centre, ABC, easy as 1, 2, 3. AustralianPaving.com. Midfield battle is very important here, and the Birdwood looking to get the clearance here. As Dylan Rose going head to head here.
Howardson too hard there.
So back in the middle, Griffith, Jones. Jared not playing today. Oh, that's a WWE slam down. Free kick for the Brookers.
Howardson again, he loves the tough stuff.
They're starting to run hot a little bit here, Kersbrook. Already got 2 goals in a couple of minutes. And Roosters just still hanging on, but it's getting a little bit precarious. Especially now, Pearson, he's back on the ground. Good to see him there. So Gardner's dumbing around. Could be on the end of it here. Guards, if he can get there. No, it's gone out of bounds on the full. 12 minutes gone.
They need to be in that Mitsubishi on the bonnet to mark that lead. That's just drifted wide, so Sadler will bring the ball back in.
Got a Toyota, a Mitsubishi, and a Ford in the pocket there. In case you're interested.
Because we love our forwards, of course, Matt Barker forward.
Oh, yeah, certainly. Fantastic.
So Sadler, here's Miller. Big leap there. Oh, equally good defensive fist away by Haylock. Gathered there for the Roosters along the boundary line.
More modern cars, I guess, there at Mount Barker forward now. But, yeah, fantastic stuff.
So Clinton puts it forward.
Oh, carnage.
Miller.
Refuel wellness injury report.
I tell you who needs some of that refuel wellness. Get the magnesium out there quickly, Benny.
Oh, he's caught one right in the old coccyx, I reckon.
Miller.
Right in the back. That's not good. Hopefully he's all right. Maybe it's in the left kidney area.
Last thing they need is another lot of injuries. As we said, 33, 35 players. You heard President Brendan Leckle say. He just bounces up, so getting the free kick, Benny.
Unpack the stats thanks to Print Wrap and Pack Jaden. Oh, hang on, handball.
Miller handed off. Clinton was off to the races, but no, said the umpire, so Miller will have to come back.
Just kick and get Jaden to take us through it.
So Miller.
They're darting around in
too far out, he gets a lead from the big man Bradley over the top of his head. Chop out mark taken there. So the Brookers put it out wide to the wing area. Here's Gardner, who's covering more ground than Burke and Wills at the moment. The veteran just streaks along towards the Annamere's wing. Puts it forward, his chance for Wesley, also coming out as Pearson crashes his way through. Taken there by Powers, gets it back to Gardner. How many times we called that over the years? Puts it forward, taken there by Howardson. So Howardson quickly surveys the scene.
70 metres out from goal, goes long, strong inside attack, 2-on-2 situation, good position, Dylan Rowe, good defensive work there, Lancaster's Property Services style. Off hands, he goes in again, as you'd expect. Row your boat, sweeping handball over the top, and the Roosters are out.
So, clearing kick for the Roosters.
Just
Wing
for the
area,
time
but
being.
straight down the throat of Griffiths, the big man. I said played rep football last year in the combined divisional team, so he certainly wasn't out of place against River Murray. Goes long inside 50. Here's the target. Cass moves himself, but chopped out there. Man has made a great recovery. Miller puts it across here to Jonas. Jonas has got a paddock. Lifts the eyes, puts it down towards Clinton. Clinton takes the mark. He's got runners all around him. Chooses it. Gives it to the young man there in Payne.
Good kick.
Payne puts it forward over the top there of Ashby. Bouncing ball right in front of the scoreboard, which reads 3-3. Kersbrook leading 7-6. But a good contest here on the Call of the Wild. Kersbrook backing up in defence, put it out. But out over the boundary line, there'll be a resulting kick to Tom Jonas for the Birdwood Football Club.
A bit of a shank there. It's gone out of bounds. Just their coaching staff for Kersbrook. Kane Powers and the team. Matt Scott. So on the Barker forward and Hardcourt's Adelaide Hill scoreboard, 48-21. Birdwood need one here to counteract the Brookers couple. All right, Jaden, take us through it. Unpack the stats thanks to Print, Wrap and Pack.
Cheers, thanks Goldie. So 11 inside 50s to 6 in favour of Kersbrook. 27 kicks to 17 at the moment and 11 marks to 5. So Birdwood, interesting point of the game here. Would love to, yes, snap a goal.
Trev Woeful here. Benny just doing a bit of a Johnny Cash walk the line, just sucking the big ones after coming up after that knock. So he'll be back on soon.
That one. So dangerous situation here for Kersbrook's defence, who've held up well all game, conceding only 3 goals. Here they go again, the Brookers on the counter-attack, just getting the handball out. Pearson, as I said, good to see him recovering after I thought he was done for the day with the shoulder or collarbone injury. So all the players on this half of the ground, live from JMS Rural Oval in Birdwood, and it's the visitors, Brookers 7-6, Birdwood 3-3 as the Galahs make their way in here to see what they can find. Up on the trees maybe. Kicked out of the fence. Ball hits the ground. Great work Wesley, look at the class. Wheels around on the right boot, open it to that man Gardner, 1-on-1. You'd back the big man in here. He's looking for a snag a day contender, is he? Tight on the boundary line. Guards tumble. Yes!
That is it!
Yes, that's it!
That's a snagger.
That's the snagger today. Lowe's Meat Co. I'm calling it, Jaden. It's up to you, but that is sensational. How are you going to beat that one? I've got no idea.
I tell you what, Andy Vines and Guards, Guards might have to buy some meat for Andy Vines, I reckon. But tell you what, that is hard to beat by Guards. What a ripping goal. Had a bit of Angus Moffrey's bounce about it too.
Look at this.
But,
Look at the bounce.
And go up by Skin McDonald right on it.
And the old fin, up we go. Beautiful.
Loves it.
Party time.
Good work, Guards.
Great transition from the Brookers out of defence there.
That's 3 goals in a row now for Kersbrook.
Yep.
Running hot Kersbrook. 3 goals for inside 8 minutes.
So the young man McCard in ruck against Clinton. Nil-all draw. Ball comes down there. Dispossessed there. There's Hoppo. Comes out here to Jones. Runs across the cricket pitch. Puts the ball. It's all Kersbrook back there. Strength in numbers gathered by Bailey Waite, Coach of the Year in the juniors last year. Puts it high. Here's Woeful. Good to see him back over the ground.
Here's Waite now.
Over the back Waite, sorry.
He might have kicked it to himself. That's all right.
I was going to say it's not that good. My apologies. Comes back into Pearson. Listen back to Jones. Jones under pressure is coming in with Powers. Jones ducked the chutney. Wins a high kick. Too high. So Dylan Jones goes long.
8 minutes.
Good body work there. Here's a chance for Miller, who's recovered from his own big hit there early in. Jonas comes in. Well done by Haylock at ground level. Got the Vines. Gets it back here. Got to a teammate there in Curley. Curls one up the line. Finds this time Bailey Wake in the orange boots.
He's everywhere. Short pass over the top. Madge. Burge. Sorry. Madge. What am I talking about? Burge. Here's Gardner. Ground level. Clapped on. Gardner hunting. Free kick. Powers. No, not paid. Good tackle pressure. It was continued on from Dylan Rowe. Half forward line.
Powers not liking the attention given there by Rowe.
Oh, hello.
And the Viking.
Lumpire's letting it go. Just saying, look, come on, lads.
Bit of Ragnar work there.
Half forward line. Young Ruckman. Good to see him out there, and he's got a good ruck technique, as you'd expect. Anyone from Kersbrook. Here's Row your boat. Takes an easy chest mark. giving it a red hot crack here. Missing his partner today in crime of Young.
Yeah, Young out injured, another on the late withdrawals together with Jared Jones and Josh Coleman from the Roosters. So Rowe puts it up the line, but picks out Vines nicely. So Andy Vines accepts it, puts it across the centre. There's a young man in Mikado, the top of him, taken by Clinton. The second bite takes the
down
mark.
you go.
Running past was Powers. Was that interference? No, to the umpire. So in the centre of the ground.
Lights are on, Jaden J. Hill.
Here's a chance for Bradley, the big man. Comes back, working feverishly, cleared by the Brookers. Out wide, bouncing ball to strength in numbers here. Tom Jonas got in the back of a teammate. No, taken there by Haylock, feeds the ball out to Vines. He's knocking up the touches this afternoon, puts it up to Howitson. Nearly a strong mark there, two tough nuts there, Rowe and Howitson. Howitson comes back at him. Meanwhile, back up here to Vines, who's run on his court this time. Nearly Dak, you'd suggest. And let me know about it with a good tackle applied there.
Yep.
The Birdwood was Hoppo.
Oh, almost a fumble, taken eventually. Moving the ball forward there was Jonas. And cut out though into the defensive half of the ground. The Brookers switching play out here. Pearson.
Speaking of switching, Benny, they've switched the lights on.
Yep, Jaden said that 2 minutes ago, I reckon. So
sure did.
That's fantastic, isn't it? What are your thoughts on the lights here, Pistols? Not too bad.
Blowing globe on this end
right,
up here on the Endermere's wing.
The lights are on thanks to Hills Collide, 24 Fit and Caliphart Painters. What are your thoughts? That's all right. All right. Handball. No, it's on.
Howitson run down. Good tackle. Sadler.
And Sadler with the free kick here. Half back flank.
That's not the Tenterfield Sadler, is it?
No. Yeah, one of these lights is blown here. Yep. As you can see, Hutto all over it there. Just the right globe needs a refix. Beautiful work there, off hands. Here's Andy Vines. Is he running hot thanks to JMS Rural? I reckon he is in this quarter, Andy Vines, but that's turned over here and Geordie Miller takes the mark.
Sadler. So Sadler, second kick in about 30 seconds, puts it back from whence it came. Won't go on the back of the pack and take the mark. There is Curley.
Kick to kick.
From a Teacher Gully boy. So Curley curls it up the line. Here's Gardner, works his way to the front.
Oh, yes.
Sticks up the Dukes. After kicking that miracle goal, he's doing it all in the air as well.
How good.
So Gardner, the ageless veteran, puts it forward.
Great kick.
Markwick, I think it is.
Oh, push out.
Pushed in the contest. No, it's the umpire.
Nah, let it go. That's all right.
Bit of basketball tunnelling there.
Got to get a shot on that light again, potentially. Just the issue there. We'll get the light again. Just to, I don't know if you've got any electrical background here, Pistols. We'll just work out what the issue is.
Yeah.
So it's a boundary throw in. Lights are on, but not all the lights are working.
That's about my scope. Benny changing the light globe.
It's a blown globe there.
Not
Have to
Irish.
get up there and fix that. That's all right. Just blown. So off hands, Wesley. Meantime, Miller kicks the ball, hacks the ball out of the fence, middle of the ground. Off to the races.
Miller on this occasion puts it forward. Nearly scooped up. Miller follows up nicely. Then handball's right over the top. There's a bit of pace being
through
shown.
the glass.
By Weaver. Weaver sets sail for goals. I tell you what, that's a great goal by the young Roosters.
Yeah.
And Weaver dealing Jaden J's man. Get around him.
Yep. It's his first year of footy in 10 years, Liam Weaver. Played some Moddies footy for Birdwood.
They're cockatoos, are they?
Previously.
Are they galahs or cockatoos?
I'm not sure, Goldie. But anyway, Liam Weaver, first year of footy in 10 years. Played some Moddies, then went to soccer and back to footy now at Birdwood. And his pace is one of his strengths, so well done to him.
Oh, thanks, Jaden. Unpacking the stats. Thanks to Print Wrap and Pack. What are your thoughts? Good goal?
Very good goal on the wing, yeah.
There you go.
Those birds
Roared for effort on the wing, I reckon.
They're doing some cleaning of the ground there.
Just feed time here.
Yep, they're all coming in. They were up and about when that goal was scored. Important goal there for the Roosters. 4 goals, 3 to 8-6 on the Hardcourts Adelaide Hills Mount Barker Ford scoreboard. We're back in the middle thanks to APC. Easy as 1, 2, 3. AustralianPaving.com. It's been a good battle in the engine room. Andy Vines has had a cracking third term. The young ruckman once again versus the experienced campaigner in Woldfield. Gets it to Vines. Heading towards the 24-minute mark. Probably only a couple more minutes left in the term.
Does a good job, young McCard. As we said,
He
here he is
does.
again. Woeful wins it on this occasion. Gets it down there by Vines. He's knocking up, getting the kicks. Puts it forward. Here's Wesley. Oh, clever. Got his hands so it couldn't complete
Gardner.
it. Quick hands by Burge. Gives it back to Powers from Gardner around the corner. Powers curls it right in the goal line. Cass And dare not say put the commentator's curse, but from point blank range, you'd expect him to kick his second goal here.
Dan Powers with the hands on the hips there, saying, come on, let that one go through. Now he's going to be on an acute angle here.
Yeah, I say, have I gone too soon? Gas finishes it off nicely.
So you got to do. Guards gets around him. Forward line starting to click here for Kersbrook. J.J. Hill unpack the stats thanks to Print Wrap and Pack.
Cheers. Thanks, Goldie. So, yeah, 44 kicks to 28 in favour of Kersbrook. And the last time between these two teams, a side kicked more than 12 goals here was in 2019. So, 9 by Kersbrook. See how they go in the last quarter.
All right, back in the middle. Birds are flocking here on the outer side, as you can see in the background there. Having a good afternoon feed. Who's going to win out the midfield battle here? Talking about feeding. All right. Griffith versus Wolfield in ruck. Bailey Wake in there as well. He's opposed to Partridge. Rucks will go at it. Good work there by Griffith. Offhand, Jones tried to get it out. This is looking dangerous because Kersbrook could be going forward once again by Gardner, who just hacks the ball off the ground. Here's Row your boat. He's got the B line straight for the ball with one mitt. Goes in it again. Handballs the ball out, gets to the big Wolfield, and a double tackle there. Bailey Wake for Kersbrook, wrapping the ball up. 25 minutes gone. Deep in time on in the third quarter here. Handy break for the Brookers now.
So ball comes to ground. All this time it's Wolfield doing the tackling on Wake. Rolls reversed. So they pick themselves up. So Tommy McLean, umpire Tommy McLean puts it up. Griffiths wins it down. Jones tracking the ball, gathers it, shoots the ball out wide. Here's Miller.
Well done.
Remarkable recovery after that heavy one. Goes to ground under good tackle pressure there applied by Andy Vines. So good game of footy still. They've opened the gap. 4-3 plays 9-6. Kersbrook's favour, but the Roosters having a red hot crack. Richfield Grenades. It comes down to Burge. Hacks it forward. Here's Powers trapping the ball. Sweeps back for
good
support. Curley.
Great work, Rowe.
And Dylan Rowe.
Great work.
Wins a free kick, certainly commits himself. So the former Valley line. First season behind the play, there's a little bit of fun and games. Meanwhile, Rowe puts the ball in the direction of the man who was involved in it. Bouncing ball, tracking it, trying to get it. There's Clinton, close to the line. Kersbrook defence, hack it forward, taken here by Newman. Pushed over the line. Meanwhile, umpire Cox is singled over the boundary line, so the Academy boy will pitch it back in. So still a bit of feeling in the game. Good game of footy.
Yep, lights are on. All of them, most of them are on. Boundary throw in. Inside attacking 50 here for the Roosters. Good handball. Wolfield goes with the one step bang deep in attack, and that's gone off hands for a minor score. So can't be much time left in this third term. Kersbrook controlled this quarter thanks to, of course, Harcourt's Adelaide Hills Mount Barker forward. They're in control 9-6 to 4-4. The ball was kicked along the boundary line. Good lead up. Good mark there by Mason Ashby. He's had a good game. Birdwood Junior, 2023 at Athelston. So he'll kick the ball back inside 50. Only probably a few, or maybe under a minute left in this one.
So Ashby on the left puts it forward to Miller on the lead. That's a good contested mark, as I said, right in front of the scoreboard, which currently reads Roosters 4-4.
Coming around the corner here.
Comes around the corner.
Well done.
Tell you what, Jamie Drew style.
Well, that's at least the Birdwood Lowe's Meat Coast snag of the day. Continue. Unpack the stats thanks to Print Wrap and Pack. J.J. Hill, good goal there by Birdwood.
Yeah, kept him in the contest there, so all done to the Roosters. Last time they beat Kersbrook here was in 2022. 48 kicks to 31 in favour of Kersbrook. Handballs 23-15 in favour of the Brookers. Inside 50s, Birdwood has pegged it back a bit, so 15-11 in favour of the Brookers, as well as the rain is definitely coming down here at the moment.
Back in the middle, thanks to APC, AustralianPaving.com. Easy as 1, 2, 3. The midfield battle. Griffith versus Wolfield. Very overcast conditions now. Drizzly conditions. Rucks will go at it. Griffith wins that one decisively. Burge sockers the ball off the ground. Tries to get it to Gardner. Great attack on the ball. Very clever. Got the ball on to boot. Burge running through. And he just misses it to the right. Good work there by the Brookers out the middle. It's on behind play a little bit here between Gardner and a few of the Roosters.
Plenty of spirit in the game, that's for sure, because long-time rivals been going to each other for over 100 years. Kersbrook and Birdwood. So it's only natural, you'd expect, as Mitch Carter goes and retrieves the football.
Carter loves the push and shove here.
So good crowd in the house. I think they had a bit, but well packed under the pavilion, as we said. Birdwood Premiership reunion here this afternoon. Bit of push and shove. So Carter, having retrieved the ball from the Pine Forest, will bring the ball in from the top end of JMS Birdwood Oval. So it goes long. Here's Miller. Leaps, takes a good mark in front of Gardner.
That's a good contest, that one.
Comes down a little bit proppy.
Might have got a shoe on the back of the hill.
Yeah, could well do. They sort of sting, particularly on a warm afternoon like this, Benny.
Sprig on the back of the shoe there.
So, puts towards the centre.
Oh, hello, hang time.
Infringement there. That was over the top of Bevington. So Bevington with the football. Take the free kick. Just on the edge of the centre square. What's on offer? Handballs to Miller, who seems to have recovered from that footlock injury. Puts it out wide, but straight down the throat of Pearson, I think it is, for the Brookers.
Yep, he kicks the ball 50, and backing into space there is Wesley. I think his younger brother's running drinks out there. Kicked forward. Off hands, dangerous position. Didn't have it, ball hits the deck. Clearing kick out of the fence for the Roosters. There by
Mitchell.
And
Carter. Mitchell
gone,
Carter.
back inside 50 here for Kersbrook. So it's a repeat forward entries. Ground level ball, Jones. Flicks it out cleverly. Worked out of the fence nicely for Birdwood there by Payne. And it's going to be boundary throw-in.
Academy boy with the raincoat on.
That's a beautiful position that guy's
It
got
is.
the back of his ute
beautiful,
there.
Yeah. Hopefully he's got the phone on, so he's watching it as well. Live here on the Call of the Wild.
I wonder if he's got a sleeping bag in the back of that.
Hopefully he's got an electric blanket as well, given the conditions here. Partridge tried to bust his way through, left the ball behind, picked up by Walful.
There we go.
There
Look
we
at
go.
that setup.
Look at that. Brilliant.
How good's that? And he's keeping up the back door with the umbrella.
Fantastic. So Burge hacks it forward. Bit of strength there from Cass. Oh, it deflects off Sadler. Cass goes back at ground level. Bit of a scrum. Trying to break through. Finally got it with Sadler. Puts it forward. That's a very good... Oh, Bevington wasn't paid. Coming in was Clinton, ground level. Strong work there at ground
got
level.
one high there.
For the
There we
Brookers.
go.
And the siren goes for three-quarter time. That was Merckx. Just caught one in the noggin there.
Can we just get a shot on that man in the back of the ute again with the sleeping bag and the umbrella?
So it's three-quarter time. Kersbrook 9-7, leading Birdwood 5-4. So good quarter for the Brookers. They broke away, but Birdwood certainly not giving up the ghost. There's another dog of the day out here.
Yeah, good stuff. That's a Dalmatian.
The Dalmatian.
Is it?
Might
Yeah.
be a fireman in the house, Benny.
All right, well, after this, we'll go to Tommy. There we go. Look at that setup. He's propped up the back door with the umbrella. That's all you need. Live from Birdwood. JMS Rural Oval. He's got the picnic rug out. Fantastic stuff.
Where else would you rather be than at JMS Oval on such a balmy afternoon, although you could be at home watching this. So that.
Hey, it's Goldie and you're watching the Hills Football League Call of the Wild Match of the Day here, live and free every Saturday. Hey, it's Goldie and you're watching the Hills Football League Call of the Wild Match of the Day here, live and free every Saturday.
I'm Trent Shawland, principal of Harcourt's Adelaide Hills. So I've been running the business now for 25 years. We obviously specialise in residential sales and rural sales, property management, and we do some commercial work as well. It's a family-owned and family-run business. Both my children, Harry and Georgia, and my wife Kim are in the business as well. Long-standing business that we're very, very proud of. For Kim and I, it's been all about what we can put back into the community as well. So the sport and local events have been something we've really focused heavily on to make sure that we are putting back into our local Adelaide Hills community. We've got 2 offices. One's in Mount Barker, 58 Gawler Street, and the second one here at Stirling is 812 Mount Barker Road, Stirling.
Hi, it's Sam Williams from the Harnder Football Club, and you are tuned into Call of the Wild Hills Footy Live.
G'day, it's Tyson Hone, captain of the Mount Lofty Footy Club, here at Australian Paving Centre, and you're tuned in to Call of the Wild Hills Footy Live.
All right, welcome back. JMS Rural Oval in Birdwood. And the scoreboard, thanks to Hardcourts Adelaide Hills, Mount Barker Ford. The scoreboard is reasonably close. 9-7 Kersbrook. Birdwood 5 goals for. Just want to mention our sponsors once again. Hardcourts Adelaide Hills, Mount Barker Ford, Print, Rat Pack, Lowe's Meat Co, Snag of the Day contender. We had a few in that quarter. Lancaster's Property Services, The Courier, Adelaide Hills Lawn and Garden, and Little Hampton Landscape and Firewood, Luke Timmins and Jared Tate and the team. Refuel Wellness, part of our most effective player. Highest magnesium quality on the planet with the recovery blend. Painted Wine Barrels and Signs, Explorer Caravans, Benno and the team. Mortgage Choice Adelaide Hills Australian Paving Centre. Thanks very much Damien Hone and the team there. And a few coming on board today. Of course, Jaden introduced us to Hills Collide. How good. 24 fit, Alex Weeks and the team. JMS Rural, of course we're at the ground, JMS Rural in Burwood. And Colour Fast Painters with Michael Warburton. Taking us through the stats thanks to Print, Wrap and Pack is Jaden Hill. Fresh from his work at Balaclava last week. Jaden.
Yeah, so 18 inside 50 to 11 that quarter for the Brookers. 52 kicks to 37 as well in favour of the Brookers, and 22 marks to 14 as well.
All right, as Kersbrook break from the huddle there, Hutto was lurking with the camera.
I tell you what, Jaden, also, well, it's going to be a very difficult job for you this afternoon because back after Tomo mucked it up last week. I must say hello to Tomo, who's got family engagements today.
Prime time.
Prime time, but yeah, most effective player. But, good to see you back with the showcase this week, Jaden. But hard decision for you because it's been a good team effort. Yep. So wait and see how this final quarter transpires.
Back in the middle, thanks to APC, easy as 123, AustralianPaving.com. And Birdwood certainly need the first goal of the final quarter. Hardcourts Adelaide Hills, Mount Barker Ford scoreboard. Kersbrook 9-7, Birdwood 5 goals for. Certainly been a very competitive effort here from the undermanned Roosters. Just get the feeling like Kersbrook got the upper hand late in that quarter, and the stats would probably back it up. Pistols, there was a 5-goal-to-3 term. They had a period there where they rattled on 4 goals, 3 in a row in fact. Bailey Wake wrapped up. Forward line for Kersbrook. Matt Gardner had a great game. Andy Vines.
You're quite right, Benny. They held sway. 11 points at quarter time, 14 points at half time. In that third quarter we just saw they've kicked away and now lead by 27 points, the Brookers.
Great work by Hutto here out in the rain. And James.
Conditions just getting a little bit brighter. Must be that the lights on have made it film a little bit. They had one missing, of course, but for our cameraman out in the braving the elements as always, Benny.
Guards with his opportunity to kick his second goal.
Of course, hard to top that fast one. The bouncing goal at the top end there. A remarkable bounce to give him a goal. So the big man, Matty Gardner, said what a great competitor he's been over a long time, Hills Football League. So Gardner towards the cricket net end, straight over the goal umpire's hat. So well called, Benny, as Gardner has his second and the first of the final turn.
Well done, Matty Gardner. Had a chat to him pre-game. We'll upload that during the week, I'm sure, with Tomia. And he was up for the challenge today. The big captain loves these conditions. Straight through the middle, his second. And we'll go to Jaden again shortly.
Just around the grounds, Benny, sorry. Mount Barker leading by 3 goals, 3/4 time, 7 goals to 4. And, well, down the road at Mount Torrens. Well, Macclesfield enjoying a road trip, 22-12 to 1-1 by Torrens Valley at this stage, 3/4 time.
And also, sorry, Radler was up by 9 points at half-time against Onkaparinga Valley.
All right, back in the middle. APC, easy as 1, 2, 3 at australianpaving.com. Griffith in the ruck. Looks like we've had a Roosters change up in the ruck, and very competitive effort from the Roosters so far. Want to maintain this. Brendan Leckel had a chat to Pistols at half-time. Good chat, that one. Tyler Wesley. Ball fumbles out. Is that high? Umpire doesn't see that well. Wait, Wesley. Smooth moving. Good user. Burge. Lace out pass. Kick inside 50.
Vines.
Almost a mark there by Andy Vines. Good second effort from him with the tackle. Spills out to Pouse. Ben Pouse. Ground level ball. Push and shove. Burge waiting for the ball to pop out. He does. This way, that way. Kick inside 50. I think it was Pearson. Gardner one-on-one. Can he kick his third or set up someone? Tied on the boundary line. Already kicked a snag at a contender thanks to Lowe's Meatco in that third term. Unpack the stats thanks to Print Wrap and Pack and any insight, Jaden.
Yeah, so 7 kicks to 2, 3 inside 50s to 1 in favour of Kersbrook at the moment. Just wheeling the ball forward as Gardner. And it's out on the full.
Keep going. Yep.
Yeah, so 7 kicks to 2, and just Kersbrook just wheeling the ball forward here at the moment. I guess Birdwood just trying to hold strong here in this last quarter.
As we retrieve the ball from the cricket nets area.
So the Brookers look like they're on the way to another win, consolidating their spot in the top 3. And of course, the Chunga in charge against Kangarilla in the battle of the 2 unbeaten sides this afternoon. So the Brookers may well finish second, I believe, with a healthy percentage. Ball up the line. A-Fort ball to there. Mitchell Newman, clever handball to a teammate, bouncing in the centre of the ground. Grab there.
Good pick up.
Sending it back down there to the HC Baker. Close to the forward pocket area. Grabbing there, shrugging off.
Good work.
Kick forward, but waiting there, taking his Pouse. Wastes no time, gets the handball out wide.
Oh, great work, Wade. Pouse.
Comes back to Pouse, the 1-2. Right from the scoreboard. Feverish attack on the ball. They're going to ground level, I think was Carter.
Got one high.
Mitch Carter. So Mitchell Carter deep in defence.
We just might get Hutto again to get the shot of the lights. They're on here, but it's sunny conditions. If we look behind us here, it's a bit of sun peeking through.
It is, yeah. That's probably one of the brightest conditions we've had since we started play here this afternoon, Benny. The sun over behind us.
Academy, one of the best. Tommy Cox will bring the ball in. Well trained from the Boundary Academy. As the ball is skirts out here at the stoppage. Trying to flick it on. Here's a chance for Birdwood. Ashby set upon in the back. Not paid.
Miller just asking umpire Bowen the question as you did for in the back, and he said no. So ball up over the top there was Clinton. Got it down. Once again to Ashby. Tries to shrug off the tackle. Umpire Bowen said no. So repeat himself. So Griffiths, Clinton. Griffiths palms it down, comes down to Burge, who's been pretty good this afternoon, a couple of goals. Held in again, as we can see.
Our man Hutto's just going to get the sun here because it hadn't
give us the weather forecast, get a picture of the sun. Hopefully he doesn't mistake it for one of the floodlights, especially we haven't seen it for this afternoon much.
Got the moon last week, the full moon.
Absolutely. So, thrower. Griffiths gets it down, taken it by Ashby. He's been prominent last minute or so, bouncing in the centre of the cricket pitch area. Gathered there nicely. The agency of Weaver, Jaden J. Hill's man, puts it forward. Haylock, Newman
pick-up.
Grabs it well, but Miller!
That's an 8 HLG, Adelaide Hills Lawn and Garden and Littlehampton Landscape and Firewood. Memorable moment.
He made something out of nothing there because it looked like Grantman was going to swallow that mark for Kersbrook, and Miller just kept his eyes on the ball there. It'd be good to see him kick a goal, kick his second, to give him a reward for a great individual effort there. So
he's had a good game.
He will kick from about 35 metres, dead in front, leans back on the kick. Umpire John McDonald moves a little bit, but will come back and raise the 2 fingers. So great reward for Miller there.
He's had a good game, Jaden. He's trying to get him going here.
Yeah. Well, was it nearly four goals the margin now? So, yeah. Well, still in it. Birdwood, if they can get next centre clearance, will make it interesting as well. So 10 kicks to 7. Birdwood have had game possession in the last 5 minutes or so. It should be interesting, this centre clearance though. Very important out of the middle.
There we go, Pistols. A glimmer of light coming through the trees there. Beautifully done, Hutto. Just capturing the moment perfectly there.
Beautiful work.
A little bit of cloud cover there, but all in all, we've got a little bit of sun. So here we go. Who's going to win out here in the Australian Paving Centre? APC, easy as 1, 2, 3 midfield matchup. AustralianPaving.com. Wesley wins out. He tries to bounce the ball. He's set upon in the tackle, managed to get the handball out. Good intensity still from the Roosters. Gardner trying to track it. He's under pressure from a couple of Birdwood players. Bailey Wake manages to kick the ball forward. Good defensive there. Work there by the Roosters. But the kick's going to come back in through Pearson for Kersbrook on the outer side. Birdwood 40, Kersbrook 67. And it's gone through the mitts there, out towards the boundary line, and it's kept alive.
It's Carter off the ground, improvises, hacks it forward, follow up is Pearson. Jacob Variety puts it forward, in the forward pocket. Here's our man Andy Vines.
Playing well, Jaden.
Yeah, he's had a strong game, Andy Vines, yep.
2 goals. It's like his best kick from the cricket pitch area, because Mallee Districts, last couple of seasons, back in the Hills football where he obviously a previous...
Oh, was he with the Storm, was he?
Previous premiership player with the Brookers and also Onka Valley, of course, in Division 1. So here he is. The Catfish sets fire.
Has he kicked it? He has.
I tell you, this is...
the fin's up and about.
Might be a dolphin. So Vines, 3rd goal. Tell you what, he comes into consideration. Had a very good game.
Take us through the stats thanks to Print Wrap and Pack. Jaden J. Hill. Andy Vines has been great. I'm not sure if you can log in his stats for the match, but he's had a good one.
Yeah, he has. He's certainly been effective around the contest as well, and I reckon they've been practicing those shots from the angle, Kersbrook, I reckon, in training, because they've scored a few. 12 kicks to 8 in favour of the Brookers, and inside 50s is 6 to 3 as well.
And in terms of defensive acts, pressure, Jaden, Lancaster's property, your thoughts? Both defences today. I'll get your thoughts shortly. Just have a bit of a think about the defensive for both sides. Back in the middle, who's going to win out here? Thanks to APC, easy as 1, 2, 3, AustralianPaving.com.
He's been impressed with the young man McCard, Benny. Actually, the last clearance was a very good palm to the run of Wesley. Here he goes again, one by Clinton. Comes down to Jones, tracks the ball across the cricket pitch area. Dispossessed Mitch Newman gets involved. Comes to that young man McCard, gets a handball back out to Pearson. Swings into the centre of the ground, puts it out here. Will it sit nicely? Here's Vines again. He's a chance for back-to-back goals. Traps it. Tackled well by the Viking and Rowe, saying you're not going anywhere this time. So Rowe wins free kick.
Yep, he's got a player on here on the wing, pushing over. Taken there, Ullman was the target, stripped of it.
Oh, Rowe!
Smashing in there. That could be a hip or something. That's just a heavy blow. That's a sore body right there. Straight back up though, as you expect. Carter Baker, teenager, first year at the club as I outlined earlier, Port District.
Carter Baker, that was a bit of shake and bake there from the Viking.
Well, he's looking for someone here and he goes to, why wouldn't you go to the captain, Matt Gardner. Kicks the ball forward. He might be in the lineup for a snag of the day, thanks to Lowe's Meat Co, Matt Gardner, and he finds Tyler Wesley, who's got a shot at goal here for Kersbrook.
Hasn't kicked one this afternoon. Has 10 for the season though, Benny. So kicked 6 goals last week, so he knows where they are.
Of course, no Lockie Peter this year, so they needed quite a few Kersbrook players to lift their game, and so far so good.
Absolutely. So the Brookers just the one loss for the season.
Beautiful
Wesley
kick.
set sail. That's a fine looking kick straight over the goal umpire's head. No worries about that one.
Unpack the stats thanks to Print Wrap and Pack, Jaden J. Hill.
Cheers, thanks Goldie. So yeah, now 15 kicks to 8 in favour of Kersbrook and 8 inside 50s to 3 as well. So yeah, both teams' defences has been pretty good. And they are usually pretty good in this matchup, I guess, because the last couple of times there's been low aggregate scores as well. Bailey Wake has been good behind the ball. I thought Tyler Wesley as well, and I thought, well, I know he's in the middle, but Dylan Rowe's defensive efforts and pressure has been pretty good as well as Jones for Birdwood.
So back in the middle, McCard. See how he goes. Pistols outline. He's had a good game.
So youngster
opposed to Clinton?
Clinton, yes.
So
two
two number
built,
10s, is it?
Yeah, two lightly built ruckmen.
So they'll go at it here. New little draw, maybe Clinton just. Good voice, Jones. Strapped up in the tackle midway through the final quarter. 39 points the margin. Well, it's 12-7 to 6-4 on the Mount Barker Ford and Harcourt's Adelaide Hills scoreboard. Once again, it's going to be another stoppage coming up.
Unbelievable, Benny. Almost need the sunglasses here in the Dreammaker with the sun out now. Best conditions of the day.
So Bull's packed out. Nice work. Barging through there was Payne. Meantime, Bird would go forward. Oh, youngster, is it? Hayden Trusillo kicks the ball inside 50. Chopped out there, though, by Pearson. Of course, the Pearson variety we're talking about is Jacob. And he goes further up the field. Clever slap on. That's an AHLG, Littlehampton Landscape and Firewood memorable moment. That slap on, because it's enabled Pouse now to find the other Pearson. And beautiful chain up play there by Kersbrook. And Burge.
Jake Markwood with that tap on at ground level. Benny, as you said, great team effort.
Brett James is number 4. He's Dylan Burge, and spots up Andy Vines.
So Vines, chance here for number 4. Certainly experienced campaigner. Showed his worth midfield.
Tell you what, he's on.
And around the goals, as I said, he lines up for number 4 here. Half forward flank heading towards the scoreboard end. So Vines sets it up on its way. This is a repeat.
Oh, don't tell me. It's a clinic.
He has indeed.
It's a goal kicking clinic out there by the Brookers.
Bread and butter by Vines. Just, like I said, they must be practicing them pretty well at training. So that's 13 goals there for the Brookers, the first time since 2019 that a side, well, yeah, a team between these two sides has kicked over 12 goals. So, like I said, it's usually been late aggregate scores in.
You're going to have to, if one of these guys gets one of your prizes, Jaden, I'd just like to know what the goal celebration's about.
Yep, I'll ask that question, Benny, don't you worry.
As you said, coming in this game, they had an aggregate already of 60 goals. It's now 73. Jaden J for the Brookers.
Running hot thanks to JMS Rural, Andy Vines, that's for sure.
So back in the centre, McCard. Clinton over the top. Here's Tom Jonas, taken out here by Pearson. Pearson puts it out wide. Here's Markwick. Bouncing ball, he traps it nicely, runs inside the arc, lifts the eyes, goes for the short pass, but in the end he was infringed as he got rid of it. So it will come back. It'll be a relay free kick, I think it will be. It'll be Cass.
Just haven't quite had the staying power here, Birdwood,
no.
But it's been a very, very competitive effort from them.
Yeah, it has been. They probably had enough inside 50s, just sometimes the delivery, but they've been pushing, and their defensive press has been very good all day, I think.
Thanks to Lancaster's Property Services.
Yes. 14 points margin at half time. Kersbrook led by, they've added 9 goals, possibly 10-4 in the second half. Make that 10.
Just ask him too, Jaden, who's helping out with goal kicking practice this year? Because last year, if I remember correctly, maybe struggled in a few goals, but in department there, but they are on today.
Well, before today, they had the second best scoring aggregate in the competition behind a Chunga, so it'll be interesting to see if that has changed today.
Who's the goal kicking coach down at Kersbrook? Find that one out too.
Yeah, I will. Oh, yeah. Like I said,
if you get the time, yeah. You know, don't ask everything, but you know. Would you agree, Pistols?
I agree. The accuracy is
very good.
Well, 14 goals, 7 is a very good return. So the Brookers
running hot. The Brookers
marching on.
5-goal quarter.
Kane Powell's second year in charge, because last year they reached the finals after missing out for a couple of years. So Brookers certainly looking firm contenders once again for their first flag since that memorable centenary season flag in 2021. Benny, when led by, of course, the great man you mentioned in Brett Jones. So back in the centre, Griffiths back on the ball, gets it down. Oh, taken by Pearson, just do-si-does through the centre of the ground, puts it forward. Here's a chance for Cass, the last goal kick. Lurking is Wesley, turns on his left, turns into trouble. Bundled over the boundary line, nearly goes over the water pipe boundary fence.
What's he called here? Holding the ball, is it?
Yeah, I think maybe deliberately took it out of bounds, but yeah, free kick to the Roosters.
Yep. Oh, here's that man, Miller. Had a good game. Kicks the ball up the wing. Ashby was ready to have a high fly there, but a great chop out mark taken there by Carter Baker. Meantime, the ball in the middle of the ground, lace out past Howiston, and he links up nicely with Jacob Pearson, third year South Gawler recruit. Drifting down from defence, I believe, here.
Just the one goal for the season for Jacob Pearson, as we said, former South Gawler boy. During his time at the Brookers, so he's going to have a crack here. Get his name on the goal kickers list.
Well, the Brookers
set sail.
Have been very good with their goal kicking this quarter.
Drop short. Oh, Wesley!
How good.
It's going to get put on a pretty tight angle here, you'd suggest. Has already kicked a goal in his term, so I would suggest he'll run around here, Benny.
6 goals versus Torrens Valley last week. Runs around and nails the goal. And the Finns up again. J.J. Hill unpacked the stats thanks to Print Wrap and Pack. 15-7 now, Kersbrook to 6-4 on the Harcourts Adelaide Hills and Mount Barker Ford scoreboard.
I'm definitely going to have to ask about that goal celebration, that's for sure. 26 kicks to 11 and 14 inside 50s to 4 at the moment. So the inside 50s have dried up for Birdwood here, but yeah, great press by Kersbrook as well and using the ball pretty effectively at the moment.
So Coach Kane Powers at half-time had only kicked 2 goals in each of the opening 2 terms, but since then they've really lifted the ante. They've kicked 5 goals in the third and now equalled that in the fourth, and still plenty of time to add a few more as they lead.
6-goal quarter.
Yeah, so 57-point margin now in favour of the Brookers over what's been a game and gallant effort here by the depleted Roosters.
Sure. Back in the middle, thanks to APC, Australian Paving Centre. Easy as 1, 2, 3. AustralianPaving.com. Who's going to win out once again? Burgess holding the ball there, so Partridge for Birdwood. Premiership reunion day for them. Eyes are darting. Miller's upfield, but he opts to drift the ball into space. Rowe directing traffic out here. And that's where it's going to come. Well, it's going to go backwards now. Mark taken. There by Payne. Oh, could be a turnover. Bailey Waite putting the body on the line there. That's an AHLG Littlehampton Landscape memorable moment, but it might not be the end result that young man wants because he might have injured his right ankle here.
Hopefully ankle or knee there.
Hopefully he's all right.
See his legs taken from under him. Just hope the young man's all right.
In a world of pain. Not sure if we can...
Nemo, you keep an eye on that. Benny, as Powers gets the ball forward. Burst his way through his pain. Something that Bailey Waite knows a little bit about at the moment. Ball comes out here to Pearson. Oh, tracks the ball well. Josh Pearson comes back here. Puts it... Oh, this Waite's going to be helped off the ground. Oh, and that's a good, strong catch taken there.
Ah, that's a blow.
By Mark Wick. Just let's see that again. I think his legs in the contact taken from behind.
He's managing to put a little bit
of... it's good. That's a good sign.
Is that a good sign?
Hopefully. Well, not an ankle. Let's hope it's not.
He's a tough man, young man, obviously.
That's the coach here. So Mark Wick will have finished off this passage of play. He'll be kicking for his third. So Mark Wick kicked from about 45 metres.
Bailey Waite coming off the ground.
Reaction because it's through for a minor score. It's Bailey Waite leaves the arena. If he's all right, the first behind of this term for the Brookers. They'll move on to 15-8 to 6-4. So in the end, it's going to be an emphatic pushing up towards a 10-goal victory. 58 points at this stage of the game here in the core of the Wild, Bible Hills footy.
Yep, Waite just making his way off the chain, sitting in the dugout now. As the ball goes out here for the Roosters towards the outer side. Sadler put the chest out there, the barrel chest, ground level ball now. Ball comes out, Waldfield trying to get it, ping pong sort of stuff. Half forward line for the Brookers. They've been on in this quarter with their accuracy.
Could have been one in the shin area as well, Benny. Just trying to look at the lesser results here. The young man. I don't know if they need to put the ice in it, just put it out in the open air. It's gone a bit chilly again once again here at the JMS Oval. So, meanwhile the ball, tracking it close to the boundary line there was Vines once again, out over the boundary line.
Just got the boot off here, young Bailey Waite. We'll get to a shot of him shortly. Hopefully he's all right. one of our favourites.
So Miller worked Gardner under the ball. Off to the races. Oh, the look-away handball towards Wofield. The big man gathers it.
You're not going anywhere.
Caught in a flying tackle there by Granham. Bit of push and shove.
Kersbrook coaching staff loving that one on the sidelines.
Deep into term. Kersbrook still showing that intensity. So Griffiths and Wofield locked up wrestle match. Comes down here to Powers. Tries to bust his way through. Goes to the ground level. Good tackle applied by Mitch Newman.
That looks like an ankle that's already been taped up for Bailey Wake. So he's just taking off the tape now, as you can see.
Matt Scott, the assistant coach there, had a win on the boot last week. Comes back here, quick kick away for the Brookers. Down the line, getting back is Dylan Rowe, who's gave a good afternoon. Oh, this way, that way, tricks himself.
Oh, razzle dazzle.
Well done. Puts it down here, but it's all Kersbrook back there, so mark taken by Baker. Carter Baker.
We'll go to Jaden shortly, just for his thoughts, thanks to Print Wrap and Pack. So Baker will kick the ball up the wing. Rowe will fly in. Crushes into Wildfield. I tell you what, they're on the back, as Jaden said. Is that Cass? Kicks the ball inside 50. Gardner was the target. Back of the bus is Pearson. Can he pick it up? Yes, he can. Snap goal. That's another one. Another fin is up. Jaden.
Yeah, you just see Pearson streaming from the middle of the 50 as well. They just run forward when they have the footy. Kersbrook is quite good to see as well. So well done to the Brookers. Still running out the game quite well here as well. So 33 kicks now to 15 in favour of the Brookers and 16 inside 50s to 5.
Fortuitous bounce there over the back. And thanks for coming.
And 6 goals to 1 in this final term.
7-1.
7, Jaden. So rousing finale.
Running hot, Kersbrook, 7-goal final quarter thanks to JMS Rural. And good luck to Jaden at picking the most effective player and the snag of the day contender thanks to Lowe's Meat Co. He's got a big assignment, but he's back and he's very confident that he's got it worked out.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good to have him back with the showcase. Of course, Matt Thomas doing the honours last week, but the original Jaden J will be strutting his stuff soon. Here's Clinton.
Oh!
Young Baker. Well done. Clinton files up well, but Baker at ground level gets out to Jones. Jones line turns, gives it backwards to Rowe. Rowe with a look-away handball finds Miller. Miller nurses along the boundary, gets his clearing kick forward. It's going to be all Brookers back there, the big man Gardner, who's done great stuff at both ends of the ground here this afternoon. So the veteran captain.
Is he down the other end as well?
Oh, he's everywhere.
It's unbelievable. Here he is, kicking to himself in the middle. No, Wesley. Off he goes. A bit of razzle-dazzle by him. Look at the turn of pace.
Hard running there by Markwick.
Bursting off the mark there. Champagne footy from the Brookers out of defence. Set up from Gardner to Wesley. And now it's Markwick who has a flying shot at goal. Floating in. That's gone all the way.
That's cleared. It has. Wait for the goal umpire. Yeah, Markwick. Extraordinary.
You've got to put the fin up for that one. That's an AHLG and Littlehampton Landscape and Firewood memorable moment. Gardner, Wesley and Markwick goes bang, and they are 8-goal final quarter, Jaden.
Yeah, well, tell you what, they definitely haven't lied down here, the Brookers. They finished the game quite well. So 38 kicks to 17.
It's amazing.
Yeah, 17 kicks.
Mated everyone.
It's a mated friend in...
Maybe the Finners, somehow.
The friend in Burge and also the foe in Carter. They both missed it, so extraordinary goal there to Markwick. That's Benny Goldfinch. So number 8 on the board for Kersbrook.
Well, back in the middle, thanks to APC, AustralianPaving.com. Kersbrook on a roll.
70-point margin.
Good to see the youngsters for them stepping up. There's Wesley. Hard at it, as you'd expect. Umpire says holding the ball. He dove back in on it, tried to get it again. Miller, he's been great. Kicks the ball inside 50, looking for a lead-up target. Off hands. Hacked out of defence for the Brookers. Here's the young ruckman in McCard. Oh, beautiful stuff from the big man. Little chip over pass. And running into space is that man Andy Vines.
So Andy Vines, wastes no time, gets towards the cricket net pocket, lurking out there. Markwick, why not? Couldn't get his hands to this one, but at the back of the pack, lurking.
That's another shark fin dolphin sort of goal.
Pearson again, is it?
Yes.
It is. Josh Pearson. So he's second for the term, number 9 for this rousing final term for the Brookers. Jaden J. Hill.
Running hot. Kersbrook, 9-goal final quarter.
Yeah, they are running hot, I tell you what. So 42 kicks now to 17 and 18 inside 50. So, yeah, just quite a bit of the same here at the moment in the last quarter.
9-goal final quarter, running hot thanks to JMS Rural, Kersbrook. and they extend their margin on the Harcourts, Adelaide Hills and Mount Barker Ford scoreboard. They go to 18 goals, 8-6-4. There's a bit of push and shove here in the Roosters forward line. Jaden, sorry.
Kersbrook scored 52 points in round 10 2019 in the last quarter, and they've topped that today.
So this is their best quarter since 2019. Is that right? Is that what you're getting at?
They scored 61 in round 11 2017.
Right, so what are they on at the moment?
So nine goals.
Yep. 9 goals what, Pistols?
Is it 9?
What did they kick this
9-8.
quarter? What did they kick this quarter?
9-8. 9 goal 1.
9 goals 1, Jaden. So add your maths up
55.
there. Yeah, that's right. So not quite their best quarter since 2017, but they're on track for it. All right, thanks very much.
Even given last week's 36 goal haul.
Against Birdwood.
Oh, right. So you got that's an asterisk sort of fine print there.
Sorry.
Ball comes out. Here's Wesley off the ground. Well, they've got another one in them potentially because here's McCarr. Good work by the young man. Back to Wesley. Little chip over pass onto the green. Nice work there. Oh, that's beautiful footy. Lovely stuff from the Brookers. Kick on the left. Almost the mark, and it's going to be the Roosters here on the counter attack. Giving it a red hot crack, just not quite up to it with the amount of players that got out at the moment. And Dylan Rowe takes the mark. He's certainly been lion-hearted as always.
And the man who got the ball to him has worked hard too, Tom Jonas. Just not the former Port Power captain, but the Roosters stalwart puts it up the line. Jones used the body well. Got Partridge to assist him. He's got a couple of Brookers to beat. He won't be breaking that shackles anytime soon, so the umpire will come in and ball it up in the dying stages here. Umpire Bowen and Tommy McLean done a very good job this afternoon. So Griffiths gets it down, eludes Birds, doesn't elude this man in Miller, who's knocked up getting kicks for the Roosters, puts it towards close to the boundary line, bouncing ball. Coming to meet, it's Clinton and then does well. Ground level, gets it out here. It's a chance for Jones, who we called before. He's followed up from the back pocket.
Well
I
done.
tell you what,
Well done.
That's well done. We talked about persistence. Well done, Tommy Jonas.
Perseverance there, Jaden J. Hill, and a good goal there for the Roosters.
Yeah, so that was their 9th inside 50 as well for the Terms. Yeah, great persistence by the Roosters. Yeah, they've had quite a few inside 50s today, which has been promising forward to the ball as well. So, something they will take out of the game, I think.
Absolutely.
Glenn Malloy just down from us, obviously a little nonplussed and disappointed result, but as we said, we're going to do something like 33 players already in the A grade this year, and had 3 major players, Jared Jones, Rob Young and Josh Coleman out of the selected side. It does make it hard for you, so he'd be pretty happy with their endeavour. Obviously on the scoreboard it doesn't look so good, but man-to-man contest out there, Benny, they've certainly been competitive for the Roosters, and perhaps a win isn't that too far away from them.
Yep, APC. AustralianPaving.com, midfield battle here, AustralianPaving.com as I said, and Roosters, Dylan Rowe, he's certainly provided plenty of spark out the middle and hardness. Here's another chance for the Roosters to go forward, and they do.
They're Mudge.
At the back of the bus is that goal kick. Pittman, great work. That's Lancaster's probably defensive work from Pittman, great stuff. Here's Gardner, he's doing it at both ends. Burge, kick over the top. Wesley coming into calculations, I'm sure, with James J. Hill's most effective player.
So's the man who's run on.
Oh, catfished around the action. McCard, he's had a good cracking contest. As the Roosters, though, will win out here, and Walfield's got it.
Yeah, gives it back.
Oh, drop.
Carter overruns it, ground level. Ball scrambles out. They're taken by McCard. Quick hands. Hands with that man along the boundary line. Puts it up there off hands. Markwick, I think it was.
Yep.
Cass rather. So dying seconds of the game, you'd suggest. Pretty long quarter, approaching 30 minutes, but I suppose there has been 9 goals kicked.
Don't go anywhere, Jaden J. Hill's back.
Yeah,
for,
the showcase
right.
Yes, a popular segment, that one.
There we go.
There it is. So that would only mean one thing, the cue for our man.
That means he has to get out there.
He'll be happy because it's not raining.
Don't
Fair
go
weather
anywhere.
man, as we know. So 18 goals, 8. Kersbrook have defeated Birdwood at 7 goal 4. There's only 14 points in it at half time, but they've kicked away in the second half. Fantastic win, as I said, to the Brookers. So they charge on 9 goals, 1 final term here on the Call of the Wild. Of course, we've got to thank our valuable sponsors, Call of the Wild sponsors, of course, Harcourt, Adelaide Hills, Mount Barker Ford, Print, Wrap and Pack. Lowe's Meat Co, Lancaster Property Services The Courier, Adelaide Hills Lawn and Garden, Littlehampton The Landscape and Firewood, Refuel Wellness, Painted Wine Barrels and Signs, Explorer Caravans, Mortgage Choice Adelaide Hills, APC Australian Paving Centre, of course new sponsors coming on board, we thank them, Hills Collide, 24 Fit, JMS Rural, and of course Colour Fast. And of course for the HFL sponsors, besides Harcourts, Mount Barker Forward, Print Rep and Pack and Lowe's Meat Company, because we have Worklocker, the naming rights sponsors involved, Sports Power and the Courier newspaper. Once again, we thank them all for their fantastic support of community football. And what's been, as we see about both teams there, game played in pretty good spirit, pretty hard out there. No quarter given or asked for, but in the end, some great sportsmanship, but some great individual efforts out there this afternoon, and of course also for the snags of the day, of course coming through Lowe's Meat Co, the voucher. So our man Jaden J Hill will be deciding that, and also he's got the showcase with him. And the final score, of course, Birdwood 7-4 to 18-8 Kersbrook. So pretty straight kicking, 18-8. I said Birdwood 7-4. So 5 goals to Birdwood in the second half and 14 kicked by Kersbrook. Probably tells the story of the tape. And so that boy, 11 points at quarter time, 14 points at half time. Pretty good game of footy, 4-5 to 2-3. But as we said in the second half, they kicked away 27-point margin at 3/4 time. As I said, they've rattled on 9 goals to 2 in the final turn to end up winning 18-8 to 7-4.
But Tommy, should I just get a shot of them being interviewed?
So what's it, 70-point margin in favour of Kersbrook. So they're on a pretty good roll after last week's big win. And they kicked 36 goals. So Jaden J Hill lurking. So as we said, big day here at the Birdwood Football Club, reunion of some of their past premiership teams, but they'll be pretty hard. Obviously they didn't get the chocolates today, but the young team, a young depleted team, certainly put up a spirited fight, as is the pride of the Birdwood Football Club. So they can stand up and say, well, we might have gone down, but we gave it our all, as Coach Glenn Malloy no doubt attest to, in what was a patched up side, given a few late withdrawals. We'll attempt to give you a couple of other results before we go off here on the Call of the Wild, but I trust you've enjoyed this afternoon's coverage of the Country Division competition. And of course our umpires, we must mention our umpires, of course their sponsors Formula Honda, Mount Pleasant Butcher, Harndorf Fruit and Veg Market, Adelaide Hills Real Estate, the Sterling Hotel, Mortgage Choice through Matt Adam, and we're also going to thank Matt again for the roadie job he does each week with the Dreammaker, Appel, and also Intersport Blackwood, all good supporters of the Hills Football Umpires Association. So without further ado, we'll cross down to the man with the showcase. Great to have him back, Jaden J Hill, with a couple of award recipients. Take it away, Jaden J.
Cheers, thanks Pistol. So here with Matt Gardner and Andy Vine. So firstly, Guards, you won Snag of the Day.
Yeah.
There you go. The unbelievable goal from just right in front of us on the boundary. Just quickly take us through it.
Yeah, a bit of a lucky one. Nudged him, got out the back, and it was probably, I've kicked a lot of bad footies in my time. That one almost came off my shin and just somehow wobbled through and took a very favourable bounce. So bit of a fluke, but I'll take any goal that I get to help the team.
Good stuff. Enjoy the Lowe's Meat Co $20 voucher. And someone else who scored some very good goals as well from the boundary. If you don't like Andy Vines, who's one of the most effective players. So you got a bag of goodies there. So you got a Refuel Wellness pack as well, some award-winning magnesium spray. You've also got the Called the Wild lager as well. So thanks to Print Wrap and Pack. And I also got the beanie there as well. So got some goodies. Just take us through your performance quickly, Andy.
Oh, I sort of just get a lot of help from all the other mids. They sort of just do all the blocking and stuff to let me run around sort of free. And Lane 8 specialist, they call me. So I just chop out for the easy kicks and yeah, Pretty much it. Now, a question I've got to ask quickly. What's to go with the fin, the goal celebration? We've got the big cassowary out of full forward, so we're big cassowaries have the big thing on top, so the big cassowary.
We saw some AFL guys giving it as well on the weekend too from the Suns, so it's catching on very, very quickly, the old Cass.
Oh, good stuff, good stuff. And just quickly, you guys are loving your footy at the moment. You love coming back to Kersbrook, Andy?
Yeah, it's been good. Guards has been into me for a few years now and finally decided to bite the bullet and come back, and yeah, I'm loving it at the moment. First time I've stringed some games together in a few years, so it's nice.
Yeah, and how have you seen the season so far? Obviously you had a really close win to Mackie as well. We had a good win last week.
Yeah, it's going to be a tight season, I think. There's 4 or 5 teams that are all going to be battling for top 3, which is going to be interesting. It's fun, and yeah, we're just doing what we can and trying to get as high as we can, really.
Good stuff. And guys, are you happy with today's performance?
Yeah, first half was a real slog early, really contested footy. I thought we were like a little bit off around the footy today. Yeah, Birdwood were just kind of getting first to it a little bit early. I thought we fought really hard though in the first half just to maintain the lead, and then second half we've been really good in the second half every week. So yeah, we just got good run, and then we just started getting on the outside a little bit more and started breaking it open. So yeah, very happy with the second half.
Good stuff. Well, I'll let you guys go and sing the song. Sorry to hold you up, and good work on your performance. Well done. Good work. Good stuff. Cheers. Thanks, Andy. Good work, mate. Cheers. Back to you, Pistols. Let's all go here at Birdwood Oval.
Cheers, Pistols. Cheers.
Well done there to Jaden J. Hill. Great to see him back doing the showcase, what he does best, and well done to Matty Gardner, the Aegis veteran, and Andy Vines, great recipients there in what's been a good team performance by Kersbrook. As we said, 18-8 have defeated Birdwood 7-4, breaking away in the second half. Also, we'll just give you a couple of other scores that have come in here before we leave you. Macclesfield 31-17 have defeated Torrens Valley 3-1, so the Bloods a big win there. Echunga 17-10 have defeated Kangaroola 10-11, so the 2 undefeated teams. Echunga, winning quite comprehensively there. And updated score that we have, I don't know if it's full time yet, Meadows 11-13, we're leading Gumaraka 10-14. And we can confirm a bit of a surprise result here, given the form we saw last week on the Call of the Wild. Mount Barker have defeated Nairne-Bremer by 7 goals. So the Barkeroos, a big scalp there for them in the clash today at Howard Lane. So there we have it. So Jaden J, as he joins me, fantastic performance here. Jaden J, great to have you back here this afternoon. And might have been in warmer territory last week, but I tell you, it's just about 9 degrees here at JMS Oval in Birdwood. So as they say, throw another log on the fire, I'd suggest. So yeah.
Yeah, tell you what, it was 28 degrees at Balaclava last week, so 9 degrees here, but that's all right. So well done to Kersbrook, their highest winning margin against Birdwood since round 10. 2019 as well. So yeah, great job to Kersbrook. It was a gallant effort by Birdwood, I thought, as well, especially in the first half. It was 14 points at half time.
Yeah, absolutely. And just weighted numbers, as we said, the experience of Kersbrook, and also, a few blokes who had came up and certainly did their bit in the first half, but sort of weighted numbers in the second half, just overran them in the end, the Roosters. But as I said, plenty of scope for positives there. I know the scoreboard doesn't look positive, but when you look at actually what they fielded and the effort of some of the guys, so not all doom and gloom out here at Rooster Park, Jay. All right, well, thank you very much. Great to have you back, mate.
All right, thank you. That's good to be back.
And also Benny Goldfinch, his work this afternoon, once again, exemplary, so we thank him very much. Tell you what, exemplary work, our producer man, the Samurai, the cinema, Tommy Hills, great work once again, and also our cameraman who braved some conditions, James Davis, and also young Hutto Martlew. Some great work, great vision that they've supplied here this afternoon on the Call of the Wild. Superlatives every week, Jaden J.
Yes, good stuff. Good work to them.
All right, we will be staying with the country next week, and I tell you what, this game we're looking forward to this one, because we'll be heading off for the first time to Echunga this year, because Echunga coming down division as they meet Gumaraka, so it's the premiers of the last 3 years taking on a side that's come down, and the currently only unbeaten side. So the first time they'll be meeting since 2013, Jaden J, down at Demon Park next week. So we'll bring you all that action on the Call of the Wild. So one to look forward to. So no doubt during the week you'll be getting into the brown belt cabinet and just getting all the stats back from 2013, the last time they played, Jaden.
Yeah, it should be an absolutely ripping game, I reckon. So, yeah, always good to look back past a decade and have a look at the stats and who were the best players and who kicked the goals back then.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
There might be still a few of them playing. I mean, well, we had two of them out there who just handed prizes to who were playing 10 years ago or beyond. All right, well, on behalf of the team, Jeff Pistola, thank you very much for joining us for our global coverage. Trust you've enjoyed, and as said, next week we'll track down to Echunga for the game between Echunga and Gumaraka. So until then, and don't forget, during the week there'll be another edition of HFL Chat coming to you, a panel edition. We're actually highlighting the country division, which seems a bit topical given we've drawn in the last couple of weeks. So, so one to look forward to. Check your local guides when that'll be available online. So until then, Jeff Pistola on behalf of all the crew saying thank you very much for joining us. Thanks to all the sponsors. Keep chasing your goals on HFL Media. Bye for now.
See ya.
It's time for Explorer Caravans autumn stock clearance at 583 Grand Junction Road. Explorer Caravans is clearing all stock. Save big dollars on leading Aussie brands like Franklin, Viscount and Titanium, with vans ready to go. Talk to our experts for all the info and tips. Then get a great deal on a new caravan ready to hit the road and chase the sun. Explorer Caravans autumn stock clearance, corner of Grand Junction and Prospect Roads.
We've created pure magnesium blends designed to be part of a daily ritual that supports your body the way nature intended. We wanted to create something simple, natural and effective that's not just about a product, it's about helping you feel your best every day naturally.
I've designed this Recover blend for athletes who can recover anytime, anywhere. Magnesium is one of the most important minerals for your recovery. Check out the blends at refuelwellness.com.au.
Australian Paving Centre has been established since 1986, but we're more than just paving. We're retaining walls, concrete sleepers, garden walls, stone cladding, and natural stone is certainly a big part of our business. We've got good quality staff that give good quality customer service. If you go to www.australianpaving.com and then to find a store, you can find all of our 15 stores at that website.
Hi, I'm Jared Tate and I'm from AHLG. AHLG is all about making life better, one outdoor space at a time. From landscape design to high-end landscape construction and all your lawn and garden maintenance needs. We're based in the Adelaide Hills and we've got you covered.
Hi, it's John here from Littlehampton Landscape and Firewood. We have all your landscaping supplies. We have our premium firewood from our red gums to our blue gum to our mallee root. Come down and see us. We're just behind Littlehampton Clay Bricks and Pavers.
I'm Trent Shawland, principal of Harcourt's Adelaide Hills. So I've been running the business now for 25 years. We obviously specialise in residential sales and rural sales, property management, and we do some commercial work as well. It's a family owned and family run business. Both my children, Harry and Georgia, and my wife Kim are in the business as well. Long-standing business that we're very, very proud of. For Kim and I, it's been all about what we can put back into the community as well. So the sport and local events have been something we've really focused heavily on to make sure that we are putting back into our local Adelaide Hills community. We've got 2 offices. One's in Mount Barker, 58 Gawler Street, and the second one here at Stirling is 8 to 12 Mount Barker Road, Stirling.
Mount Barker Ford is located just Totnes here on Mount Barker Road. We're owned by a gentleman by the name of Peter Thomas, who his veins are rich with football and rich with community, and he's always been based around the idea that everything you do in business should be based around how you can support the community. At the end of the day, I don't expect people to always come and see us, but ultimately we're a business who thrive in supporting the community, and from our perspective we look forward to the community supporting us, and it doesn't matter whether it be the Call of the Wild, the HFL. We're involved in a lot of other community events throughout the hills, and that's why I like being involved with sport, because I think that brings everyone together at different times and different requirements.
So tune in, buckle up, now it's time to back your side. We lose or draw, it's now time for the Hills Footy Ride. So tune in, buckle up, now it's time to back your side. We lose or draw, it's now time for the Hills Footy Ride.
Mark Stokes here from Painted Wine Barrels and Signs. Find me on Facebook and Instagram for all your wine barrels, drums, corflute signs, signage needs. Give us get in contact.